From Baker Rink on the campus of Princeton University, RCN Sports is proud to present Princeton Tigers hockey. Tonight, the Princeton Tigers will take on the league leaders in the ECAC, the Red Raiders of Colgate. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ed Benkin, along with Tad Kazaneski. Well, Tad, Princeton came up with a big victory last night against Cornell. They face a Colgate team which was shut out at Yale. That is a rarity. This may be bad timing for the Tigers.
And this Colgate team leads the conference in goal scoring and in total offense. Last night, as you mentioned, they were shut out, so look for them to come out ready and fighting tonight.
But they will have a tough task to score in one Dave Stavros. The Princeton Tiger Coley came up huge last night. He was spectacular in the Tigers' victory over Cornell. He will have to come up big again. But Tad, the sophomore who had a great year last year, has kind of been waiting to step up, and I think last night was his best game of the year.
You can almost call it his coming out party. He did a great job, Ed. He faced a lot of odd man rushes and made some tremendous saves, a lot of them with the glove. I was very impressed with his glove work last night. He's really developing into be one heck of a goaltender.
And meanwhile, for Colgate, this is a team that can score in waves. They have a lot of different people who can put the puck in the net, but they're led by their leader at center on the first line, Andy Mcdonald. This guy is a rink rat, Tad. He can do it all.
Scores goals, plays in the power play. This is the featured guy. We're talking, there's some scouts here in the building that we'll get in throughout the broadcast, and a lot of them are here to see this guy. The other thing that's a little unusual about this team, Ed, the first line is a very unusual combination about them. 3 players from the same hometown, 2 of which played in high school together, and they were coached by a former Chicago Blackhawk. We will get to that and much, much more. But for the Princeton Tigers, a very tough test tonight. The Tigers play host to the Colgate Red Raiders. Coming up next. Ed Benkin and Tad Kazaneski back here at Princeton University. The Princeton Tigers set to take on the Red Raiders from Colgate, the league leaders right now in the ECAC. As both teams coming off interesting nights last night. The Tigers with a big win over Cornell, and Colgate suffering a surprising loss, a 2-0 shutout at Yale. And Tad, very good goaltending matchup tonight between these two teams. You've got the veteran on one end, and you've got the young sophomore Stavros, but it'll be our first look at Colgate's finest, someone who has gotten a look already from some of the NHL scouts. Jeff Halpern, you see him there, will be in goal tonight for Colgate. He is 8-2 at 2.51 goals against average. Stops 91% of the shots against him, Ed, and he has 2 shutouts on the year.
And of course, once again for the Princeton Tigers will be the man who we profiled in the pregame. Someone who looks like he's about ready to burst on like he did last year with a long stretch of good games.
That's Dave Stavros. You see him there. He is 2-3 at 3.29 goals against average. Saves just about 90% of the shots against him.
Our referee tonight is Mark Noeth as he'll get set for the face-off at center ice. Tigers looking for 2 in a row, and with a win or a tie, they would be unbeaten in 4 of their last 5 games. So the young Tigers continue to make progress, and they'll start with Parros tonight up front with Del Monte and Benoit Moran. So head coach Don Cahoon shifting things up a bit again, a different starting lineup tonight. Parros at center takes the draw and wins it. We're underway here from Baker Rink as it's taken by Yapik back in his own zone. Yapik will steer it in and send it around the boards. Otter will leave it back there for his defense. Is going after it now is Potter. Back to the near side it goes now as Moran will try to carry it out. 2 Morans, no relation, battling for it. As Edney Moran for Colgate and Benoit Moran for Princeton both battle for the puck, and finally the the Red Raiders of Colgate control, and they'll work it up along the far boards and try to attack. Bursting in quickly now is O'Malley as he tries to get in, but Yapik does a nice job to pick it off. Gets by one man and the linesman, but he lost the puck, and we get an offside. And now it looks like we'll have a penalty coming up. We will. It'll be a slashing call coming up against Colgate, and the Tigers will go on an early power play.
Tigers forwards very impressive, Ed, just like in last night's game. Very aggressive to the puck and very aggressive along the boards.
So Princeton, who had a power play goal last night, will go back on the man advantage again. So good chance for the Tigers here early on. And last night, Princeton capitalizing on the power play goal on the year. Now they're 12 for 51 with the extra attacker. That's about 24% on the power play. As you see the man in the bench in the penalty box, that is O'Malley, who gets the slash. So Moran on the attack now for Princeton on the power play as Corrinet loses it, and it's stumped back down the ice where Stavros will watch Schneider. He's chased on the play by Sturgis as he goes after it. Now Princeton will set up with a man advantage, carrying it up as Lamb. Lamb along the far boards. Great speed. He had 2 brilliant assists last night for the Tigers, but we get an offside call with 1 minute gone by here in the scoreless first period.
Colgate did a nice job there stopping penetration at the blue line so the Tigers couldn't set up the power play.
There are a couple of players, including Andy Mcdonald, who will be looked at. There are scouts here tonight. In fact, Mcdonald, who is out killing penalties now for Colgate, is a player that has been looked at by a lot of different scouts this year, and he does it all, as we mentioned. He's on the power play, he's on the penalty kill, he's their best all-around player. 2 excellent face-off men right here, and this time it's won by Mcdonald, and it's sent back in right on Savas, and he'll leave it for Del Monte with 1:32 to go on the Tigers' power play. Del Monte will look for help, and now he'll get things set up as Campbell is on the ice for the first time now after that face-off for Princeton. Del Monte over to Bennett near side, dumps it in, and the Tigers will chase. Meredith, nice move along the near corner to pick it up. Loses the puck and now dumps it behind the boards where Campbell fights for it. Campbell's ridden off the puck, but Meredith will send it to Del Monte, right point, to the left point to Bennett, back to the right point to Del Monte. He and Bennett continue to go back and forth, looking for some traffic in front, centers across, and Meredith couldn't get the shot away. Campbell now back to Meredith with a minute to go on the man advantage. Meredith in the circle, fires, and that's blocked in front as Parros tried to set the screen. Campbell's turn now as he dumps it behind the net for Meredith. Now working it around the boards of the Tigers as Parros sends one in front, and now the save is made as Harder is able to freeze it with 47 seconds to go on the man advantage.
Parros has done a good job in the forward position in the power play. He just camps out in front of the crease and runs interference for the goaltender, and he's a big physical player. He's done a nice job.
So the Tigers still with the man advantage. There is Harder. As you mentioned, he's a physical goalie. He's the kind of goalie who comes out quickly. He will talk about cutting down the angle. He will venture from his net far to try and cut it down. As Schneider takes the shot and misses the target wide. Penalty coming up now to Princeton. An interference call, and it looks like Corrinet, who's back in the lineup tonight after being knocked out in the second period, will get the gate, and that'll even things up, and in 42 seconds, Colgate will get the man advantage.
It's good to see Corrinet back in action. He left midway through the game last night. That penalty, Ed, was well behind the play. We'll try and give you another look at it again here. Corrinet, number 12, off the face-off. There he is on the puck there. He's off the right side of your screen. As they follow the play down, he's being hooked. And it was just off of camera range.
A little bit of a bump right there. So again, we'll have 4-a-side hockey. And then the Red Raiders will go on the power play. As we mentioned, Colgate was shut out last night by Yale, 2-0, the same Yale team which lost and tied the Tigers.
And Princeton did a good job last night, Ed, in the 4-on-4 situation. Let's see if they can continue it tonight.
They will send Lamb and Campbell out there along with Barber and Yapik. Yapik played a strong game for the Tigers last night. Puck is dropped and is controlled now by Colgate as Nolan tries to work it down the far boards where Yapik will pick it up for Princeton. 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, and now it's quickly worked out to Barber, but he can't handle the bouncing puck. Worked off the far boards, Campbell, with a Teenan Moran chasing him, but the Tigers able to control now as Yapik carries it in. Yapik dumping it along the boards and giving chase is Jeff Potter. Potter will take it behind his own net and just leave it for Ben Bryce. Bryce looking to work up. This is a smart defensive pairing for Colgate. They do not make too many mistakes, but there the Tigers intercept as Campbell will pick it up for Princeton. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and Colgate with the man back now has the man advantage, and they go to work on the power play as Moran bumping in there, but he loses the puck. Yapik will take it, take a couple of strides, but he can't get it out the first try. Finally on the second try, sends it back into the Colgate zone where Morostega will leave it. Now this is Murphy quickly working up ahead to Darryl Campbell. Campbell drops it for Mcdonald. Here comes Andy Mcdonald, but offside is the call. 58 seconds to go on the Colgate power play.
You can see Colgate does a real nice job in their forechecking game. They're real good as well in the neutral ice zone. Very good at tying up the passes. There you see Andy Mcdonald, 6 goals, 12 assists on the year. Here's the guy Ed, a lot of the scouts are here to see tonight.
And they've been strong on the power play, nearly at 30%. They are 20 of 67 with the man advantage. No score just underway here at Princeton. 17:01 to go in the first period. Tigers looking for 2 in a row. Sean Nolan out there, he'll take the draw and he'll win it. And they try to work it out through the Red Raiders. Murphy and Morostega, who are just out. Murphy's still out there. They are defensive power play specialists. They aren't a strong 5-on-5, but you'll see them a lot out there with the man advantage. And now here comes Murphy skating in. He'll cross the red line and dump it behind the net where Stadlos will watch it go. Schneider giving chase, but Mcdonald keeps it in, makes a nice play to get it back to the point. This is Murphy now. Takes it off the carom. Back to Moristega, back to Murphy. Now works into the circle. Now Cordell going to work again. Dump down low it goes. Mcdonald works. Sends one across, and unable to get a stick on it was Campbell cheating in. Back to the point it goes to Murphy. Murphy. Back now. Moristega. Over to Campbell. To Mcdonald. 14 seconds to go on the man advantage. Back to the point it goes to Murphy again. Campbell, Murphy fans on a shot, and Del Monte scoops up the loose puck, banks it down the boards, and that should just about do it for the Colgate power play. Just 2 seconds remaining, and Corrinet returns to the ice, and the Tigers are back at full strength with 16 minutes to go in a scoreless first. Nolan up ahead. Barber intercepts Doyle trying to rush ahead. He's run into. Good check there by Murphy. Back it goes towards the Princeton zone. Corrinet to Moran, and he'll dump it back in behind the net where Harder will leave it for his defenseman, Silversides. Now worked up along the far boards. Barber watches the bouncing puck go, and Bennett will pick it up for Princeton. Bennett takes it behind his own net. Now tries to work it around to Corrinet. Chris Corrinet, who was knocked out of the game in the second period, knocked a little woozy, but he's back tonight. Campbell rushing in, tries to get by one man. Nice play defensively by Silversides to ride him off the puck. Quickly, Colgate trying to come back the other way. Barber trying to send it back into the Colgate zone, and now the Tigers work up with Corrinet to Moran. Moran skating in along the near side, makes a spin move and just dumps it in. As now Campbell and Corrinet go and chase. Corrinet crashing in the boards along with Campbell. Tigers keep it in. Savas shot, and that's just tipped wide as Corrinet trying to get a stick on it. Moran is ridden hard into the boards by Silversides, and he's still on top of him. Brandon Silverside's just getting up. They're still tangled up. Mike Noeth looking at them, doesn't have the arm up. Corrinet sends it back in, and the Tigers and Red Raiders both make changes. Silverside's the last one to go to the bench. He'll dump it in on Stathos, and he's forced to hold as charging in quickly was Antonin Moran.
Stathos wanted to make the play after the save and wisely jumped on top of that as two forwards were charging on him quickly.
There is Dave Stathos. What a night he had last night. And Tad, as you pointed out, exceptionally strong with the glove work.
He was very impressive. He pulled a couple of those shots out from behind him, and he faced some odd man rushes, and he was equal to the task. See the replay here. There's that hit in the corners. They go down hard. As you mentioned, he just sat right on top of him. And that insult injury, they shoot the puck into his head as well.
And now they're ready to go as the faceoff will come to the right of goalkeeper Stathos. Puck is dropped and it rolls back behind the Tiger net. And now Princeton will work it up. There's Josh Roberts, who scored his first 2 points last night, 2 goals for the Tigers. Bounced up and he goes over the bench, or over the boards rather, into the Princeton bench with 14:36 to go. And Tad, we had mentioned what a critical week this weekend this is for the Tigers. They've already, I almost don't want to say grown up, but they've already made some strides with that big win over Cornell. Can they keep it up tonight? It's a great test.
It's kind of interesting too. The crowd tonight, Ed, maybe it's because there's no bands here, it's really quiet at the start of this game. There's a lot of atmosphere last night coming in the game, and a lot of electricity in the air.
Face-off coming outside the Princeton blue line, where Parsons will take the draw against Vandersloot. Both battling for it, and it's finally poked back to the defense, and Bryce will try to send it in, but the Tigers intercept. Second try, and finally Colgate is able to roll it into the Tiger zone, but it's sent back, but kept into the blue line, and Stathos forced to kick away that attempt by Long. Moran along the boards will just bounce it back into the Colgate zone. Parsons giving chase. Barber takes the pass, intercepts it. Del Monte giving chase. Puck is fanned on. Moran still loses the puck. Now Vandersloot will send it back into his own zone where Long has it. Long almost has it taken away as Del Monte does some good forechecking for the Tigers. And now the Red Raiders will try to work it up, but Beanie on the far side will pick it up for Princeton. Cross-size pass to Barber. He'll look for some help and hit Moran as he will send it back into the Colgate zone, and the Tigers make changes. Now here comes Long with a quick pass along the far boards. This will go too far and go all the way down the ice for icing with 13:45 to go in the scoreless first period.
Princeton's done a good job in neutral ice of tying up Colgate. Colgate really has not had a good scoring opportunity yet. So far, Princeton defense has been equal to the task.
So we'll see if the Tigers can keep it up. And there is Ryan Kralitz, the sophomore, had some big moments for the Tigers. And there's Corey Murphy. As we mentioned, he's a power play specialist, but he can stand you up at the blue line as well.
Very physical player, 4 goals and 6 assists on the year.
Colgate 9-3 coming into this game. They are 5-2 in ECAC play after their loss last night, a 2-0 shutout at the Wales Tail and Yale.
Say that 10 times fast.
Puck is dropped as it goes into the far corner where Parros will give chase. Wound around by Colgate as they work the near side. Nolan is run into by Doyle, and the Tigers pick up the turnover at neutral ice. Meredith, far side to Parsons, just flips it back in, where it's picked up now by Colgate as Mcdonald will work it back behind his own net. This is Murphy behind the cage, and he'll set things up with 13:20 to go in this first period. And now Mcdonald will carry it up and work it back to Murphy. Little give and go as they draw two men in, and Mcdonald will cross the blue line, sends one far side, pass is blocked off, and Parros picks it up for Princeton. Tigers looking to rush back 3-on-3. Meredith hits Bennett on stride on the tape, but he has his shot knocked away, and he sends it around. Parros banging in there, and Doyle will go after it for Princeton. Doyle rolls one back to the point to Bennett. The pass was too slow, and Parsons is forced to dig it out. Doyle wants to work it back again. He's fighting along with Murphy. Now gives it to Meredith, and Meredith will pick up the puck. Meredith looking to slide one in front, and Parros couldn't get a stick on it. Doyle's got it again. Back to the point, and it goes over the stick of Schneider, and he has to hurry because quickly on his tail is Campbell. Does a nice job to move it away from him, but throws a blind pass away. Finally, it rolls back to neutral ice. It's shot back into Tiger territory as Colgate is forced to clear. Now up the far side is Schneider. Schneider will turn as the Tigers will get a change on the forward line. Now over to Bennett. He and Schneider go back and forth, and now it goes far side. Chisholm will shoot it in around the boards, where Harder will leave it for his defense. Moristega winds it around, and now here comes Roger Mickey as he will bring it up. Mickey brings it in, works along the far boards. The Finn able to drop it for his pairing on offense to stay, and he has his pass knocked away. Tigers try to come the other way. Chisholm rushes up, hits Roberts with a nice pass far side, sends one in front, and Chisholm couldn't get a stick on it. Yapik makes a nice play to keep it in for the Tigers. Chisholm battling in there, but a wall of maroon set up, and Colgate able to control and flip it up high into center, back across the blue line. Now the Tigers work it up again. Roberts will wait as the puck came across the red line and send it in as Princeton makes a change. Period is moving along briskly. Not too many whistles, but no scoring. Nice move inside is coming in as O'Malley. O'Malley has it taken away by Lamb. Tigers trying to work it up the far boards, and here comes Corrinet. He'll try to get a shot away, cutting it on goal, and a nice play defensively by Ben Bryce to take him off the puck. Bryce, and now Corrinet is hit hard along the boards. Bryce trying to flip it up, and he will poke it out to center, and it rolls all the way back into the Tiger zone where Stathos will leave it for Beanie. Beanie to Lamb. Lamb poking it up ahead to Campbell. Campbell, far side pass was too far for Moran as he was knocked down. And Colgate will control behind their own net. Up the near side it goes to Moran. Back into the Tiger zone where Beanie's got it. Beanie, quick pass up to Barber. Barber banks one up to Campbell. He stays on side as he shovels it in, and Murphy is forced back into his own zone. Moran ridden off the play as he went after it, and Murphy with a nice pass up ahead to Moran. Stolen away by the Tigers, and Benoit Moran's got it. Moran blind pass. Almani couldn't get over in time. Moran trying to keep it in, but Colgate will work it up as Moran tried to send it up for Strugas, but he couldn't get it.
Princeton's doing a good penalty, Ed.
Penalty coming up. This will be a hooking call as Parsons was hooked, and the Tigers will go on the power play with 10:24 to go in a scoreless first period, but Princeton will have the advantage. This will be, looks like they actually will call it a trip now. Looked like a hook from our vantage point, but the stick is lying on the ice. The evidence is there.
Tigers have done a good job defensively in the neutral zone with a lot of their stick checking. To get the puck here again in the neutral zone. And there's your trip right there. Good shot. Princeton's forwards, too, Ed, are doing an outstanding job of going to the net and getting a lot of passes on the stick and creating good opportunities.
So there's the guilty party is Strugas will go to the penalty box, and the Tigers will go to work on the power play. Tigers 0 for 1 with a man advantage tonight, and they'll try Campbell with Parros up front along with Meredith. Strugas will sit. There's a tripping call, and the Tigers go to work, but the puck is won by Colgate off the draw. Bennett trying to pinch in to keep it in, does temporarily, and now Campbell does. Campbell over to Meredith along the right point, looking for the Tigers to set up, and Delmonte will take a shot, but he didn't get much on it. Able to get it back, however. Delmonte, as the Tigers set up, will look for a screen in front. Far side it goes to Meredith in the circle. Down low it goes to Campbell. Tried to center it, now Meredith picks up the loose puck. Meredith to Bennett in the circle. Down low it goes to Meredith. Outside to Campbell. Took a shot, and that was gloved by Harder, and he'll hang on.
Good job of cycling around the net for the Tigers there, and a nice shot and a nice save made by Harder.
And you said it right there, Tad. Tigers, and we've seen it the last 2 days, have moved the puck very well.
Did a good job of cycling as they just rotate around the net. The other forward will pick it up, move around. Good job there being patient, looking for the pass by Meredith here. Back behind again. They'll go for the pass on the other side of the net, and this is where you'll get your shot, and a good scoring opportunity as well.
Colgate will look to clear, and a good play by Brian Long to send it back into the Tiger zone with 1:20 to go on the man advantage. Stathos leaves it behind the net, and now will feed Schneider. Schneider tried to feed it to Moran. He does, and now will hit Lamb in stride. Here comes the speedy Lamb. Back to Moran. Shoots, and the shot was blocked nicely. Banked off the far boards where Schneider will give chase. That's a fine play by Jeff Potter to block it with the body. Now it's shot in by the Tigers as Schneider will work it around, and Princeton gives chase. Around the boards it goes to Parsons. He dumps it back behind the net to Corrinet. Corrinet ridden off the play by Potter. They'll work it around. Schneider can't keep it in. Goes back to neutral ice with 48 seconds to go on the man advantage. Moran is hit hard at center ice as Mcdonald knocked him down with a clean check. As Colgate is picking up their hitting game, and Parsons will carry it out. He's hit into the boards, and now Parros will work it up to Lamb. Back it goes to Parros. Over to Lamb across the blue line, and the Tigers try to set again. Tried to flip it down low to Parros, and it's cleared up by Mcdonald. Back to center where Bennett picks it up. Just 25 seconds to go on the power play. Bennett, bad pass right there, and it's picked off by Murphy. Murphy, far side it goes to Campbell. Campbell centers one towards the net, and it goes back behind Stathos.
Princeton caught a break there, Ed. The defenseman almost cost him.
Campbell with 8 seconds to go on the man advantage. To Meredith. To Parros. Now to Meredith. He and Parros both battling for it. Around the net it goes. Campbell can't pick it up. The power play is over. Tigers now 0 for 2 with the man advantage. And Colgate will try to work it up. Near side it goes now as Sean Nolan carries in. Nolan looking for help. Drops it for Campbell. Sent it across far side. Moristega shot, and Stathos able to get a pad on that one. Far side it goes now as the Tigers look to work it out, and they do. Nice work by Bennett to send it in. And both teams made changes. 8 minutes to go. Scoreless first period.
Stathos, a nice save there on the long side. Got the pad on it.
Roberts tries to keep it in, and Yapik is into as well. The Colgate Red Raiders are picking up the hitting right here midway through the first period. Now they work along the far side. Urke Ryan Morkey, who is property or will be property of the Tampa Bay Lightning, gives it away, however. Yapik tries to keep it in, and now Kralitz will get set. Dump to neutral ice as Yapik goes down again. Now back into the Tiger zone as Savadny will try to send it up. His pass is picked up as Ryamaki will take it and send it back in. Now Chisholm tries to get it to Kralitz. He can, and Zavadny will go behind his own net and work it around for Roberts. 7:10 to go in a scoreless first period. Zavadny trying to carry it up, and now Roberts working back behind his own net. There were spurts last night where the Tigers had trouble clearing, and they're experiencing another one right now. Centers, and the save is made by Stathos. Good shot right there by O'Malley, but Stathos is ready on the backhand. It goes back in. It goes right on Harder, so no icing call with 6:53 to go as the Tigers change quickly. Colgate trying to catch him on the counterattack as they roll it in. Mcdonald picks up the loose puck and shoots. Save made by Stathos, and he hangs on. Dave Stathos picking up where he left off last night.
Stathos with the glove again, and in a lot of traffic. That was a very difficult save to make because you really have to concentrate to keep an eye on the puck.
Well, Tad, I know you talked to him after the game last night in our post game, and he mentioned how well he was seeing the puck and was able to get the glove on it. And for goalies, it's just a matter of getting a feel.
And again, if your defenseman can give you a clear lane, this time he really didn't get a clear lane. Here's a shot with the interference in front. He just was able to get the glove on it.
So the faceoff now will come to the left of Stathos. Parsons wins the draw and works it back behind the net. Beanie will carry it out. 6:40 to go in the first period. There's another giveaway by the Tigers. And Vandersloot will send it back in. Beanie around the far side. Barber can't get it. Domani will. Domani tries to back it up the boards. He goes back to neutral ice where Colgate is there to retrieve. Domani tries to knock it down. It comes back to center. Vandersloot working along the far side, crossing the blue line. 1-on-4 will just slide it in as Domani will pick it up for Princeton. Far pass up ahead. Moran going in on goal. Backhander, and he lifted it too high, and that is upended. As he was upended, crossing the crease against Harder. Well, we know how chippy Harder could be. Gives him a little trip as he goes by, but nothing called.
Moran had the right idea. He went for the top shelf, just shot a little high.
Schneider gives it away. Here comes Nolan. Centers in front, and it's taken away by Schneider. Or Schneider had to be careful there, and now a whistle. And a penalty upcoming, I believe, to the Tigers. This will be a slashing call against Princeton. So Colgate goes back to the man advantage. 5:51 to go. No score. First period.
Great effort by Princeton down the other end of the ice, Ed, as they got the breakaway on an outstanding pass. It was a nice move. You try and get the backhand into the top shelf, but unfortunately shot a little high.
And Moran, who is going to the box, just had an excellent opportunity on the last play.
Here it is again. He's going for the top shelf, Ed, and he had it. He just got a little too much wood on it and scooped it high.
So Moran picks up the penalty. He now has 36 penalty minutes. That's the lead on the Tigers. Might be the league leader as well.
He's definitely up in the top 5 of this ECAC.
So Don Cahoon looking on. As this team is 2-4-3 coming in, 2-2-3 though in the ECAC, a respectable start in the league. But a power play for Colgate. We mentioned how effective they are throughout the year, but they are 0 for 1. They're 0 for the road trip because they were shut out of Yale last night. Right point it goes to Long, left point it goes to Bryce. Now to Long, the shot. Statos save, rebound, scrambled for in front. They jam at it, they still whack at it. Statos finally gets it underneath and he hangs on. And look out, people piling up on everybody. As giving it a poke in front was Moran, but he couldn't get a stick on it.
That was all Stathos again, Ed. The forward was camped out right in front of the crease. The defenseman obviously being one down. You try and pay as much attention as you can, but they couldn't give full attention. He had a couple good whacks at the puck right in the crease.
Atian Moran had a shot at that one, but Stathos was there.
We'll see Stathos again. He's going to make the initial save off the puck. Now right there again is the forward. Just can't quite get enough on it. Then another forward comes in, and Stathos does the job. He just sits in that horizontal position and then gets tackled by half the team.
So 1:41 to go on the man advantage as Stathos will watch the faceoff to his right. It's controlled by Colgate, and Bryce will fire and is blocked in front of the net as Campbell does a nice job to steer it out of the zone. Back to get it now for Colgate is Long, and he'll take it behind his own net as Harder leaves it. Tigers get a chance to change up as Colgate is slow getting out of their zone. Near side it goes now as Mcdonald will bring it up. This is Chad Mcdonald as he'll send it in. Stathos picks it up. He'll wind it around the boards, but it's kept in by Cornell temporarily, and Long can't handle the puck. So Bryson Long will go back to work again. Bothered by Meredith is Long, but now he'll carry in, crossing the blue line. Still has control of the puck. He'll dump it into the corner as Colgate will go and chase. Near side it goes down to Moran. Moran takes the return pass, drops him back to the point. This is Murphy to Moristega, and the shot, and a save made by Stathos. A stick is broken, but Stathos has the save, and he'll hang on with 56 seconds to go on the man advantage. 4:47 to go in the first period.
I don't know what kind of wood they make these hockey sticks out of these days, but they're cracking a great deal in these games. Here's a point-blank shot from the left point, but again, watch Stathos. He's in great position, comes out, makes the chest save, and freezes the puck. I am really impressed with Stathos and net, Ed. He has done a heck of a job.
Can ask a little bit about Stathos to your first period guest. We'll be joined by a very special guest in the first period, Ron Hextall, the former Flyer, now a scout for the team. Is in attendance tonight. Might be admiring Stathos' handiwork.
He's done well tonight as Stathos, and again, last night had a great game as well.
Mcdonald will take the draw against Campbell, two of the better face-off men in the league, and Campbell will win that draw. And they work it back to the point to Moristega. Now it goes to Murphy. He and Moristega play catch. Murphy to Campbell. McDonald down low. Still looking, still looking. Now up top to Campbell. Now McDonald again. Colgate moving the puck around deliberately, and now that Murphy has the opportunity, back to McDonald. Moristega, McDonald looking to tee it up, holds. Tigers get there quickly, back down low it goes to Campbell, centered in front, and nobody could get there for Colgate. Here's Murphy again at the top, looking for a shot, fire, save, rebound by Stathos, another save as he knocks it away. McDonald picks it up with 20 seconds to go on the man advantage, penalty coming up to Princeton. Shot is blocked in front, Barber giving chase. He'll pick it up, and a penalty coming to the Tigers, and leveled into the boards was Barber. This could even things out. As Sean Nolan may get the gate now for Colgate, we'll see. There's 15 seconds on the man advantage, but plenty more visitors to the sin bin upcoming.
Looked like that shot to the boards, as you mentioned, Ed, it's going to even things out. Otherwise, Colgate would have had another man advantage. That was a serious shot into the boards.
Let's take a look at it again. We'll try and catch both of them here. Here's the first one in front.
They get the quick shot. Beautiful save by Stathos here. Then the penalty comes right in the front of the net on, I believe, the hooking. Now the play goes out to the left side boards.
There's your, I guess it could be a hook or a slash. That was the first penalty. Let's take a look at the second one. This one was hard to miss.
Right in front of the boards. Boom.
That would be roughing or boarding. Take your pick. The what do I do look to no avail for Sean Moran. So that will even things out, which means Colgate will have just 14 seconds remaining on the power play, and then the teams will be even again. 4:06 to go in the first period, and well, we've seen Colgate. They've come in here and they've thrown the body around a little bit tonight, so one check too many.
Very, very physical team.
That will not make Don Vaughn happy, the head coach of the Colgate Red Raiders. Nolan does get a boarding call. And it's actually Zavodny in front. And he will get a slashing call. And now Colgate's still going to work on the power play, but Meredith will send it down, and that should just about do it for the man advantage for Colgate. Just 5 seconds remaining. Harder will leave it behind the net for long, and that will do it as the Tigers are back at full strength. And Meredith tries to send it back in, but it's sent back into the Tiger zone where Schneider gives chase. 3:44 to go here in this first period. No score between Princeton and Colgate. Schneider working behind the net. Leaves it for Yapik. Yapik will turn. Tigers wheeling it around in their own zone as Doyle now will look to carry it up. Instead, hand to Schneider. Now back to Yapik, and here come the Tigers as they look to break out. Yapik dumps one along the boards, and Delmonte picks it up, but offside is the call with 3:23 to go in period number 1. And Don Vaughn, the head coach of Colgate, is a St. Lawrence graduate. This is his 7th year as head coach. His team has made the playoffs every single year.
Very impressive record. You can see his team tonight, Ed, as we look at them for the first time this season. Very, very aggressive. They finish out their checks, and they really make you think when you hold the puck.
Now the puck is dropped and play is underway as the Tigers look to chase. Murphy dumps one blindly along the far side, and Parsons will pick it up for the Tigers. Princeton working it up along the near boards. Moran pokes it up in the air, but it's kept in nicely by Dan Stay, who's on the ice for a second shift of the day. Delmonte working it up, and here come the Tigers as Parsons will carry. Parsons looking to set it in, tries to get past Murphy, fights him off and beats him to the puck in the corner. Parsons still holding, and a whistle, and a penalty upcoming to the Tigers. I believe this will be Moran, who picks up another minor, and he will go to the bin. Looks like it's either a holding or interference call. It is a hold against Moran. So the second penalty for Benoit Moran. He now has 40 minutes on the season.
And a lot of it is trailing the play. He was well beyond the play while the call was made. Try and see if you can see it here behind the net. And he left arm. He barely did that with his left arm for the pull down and the penalty.
So both teams 0 for 2 on the man advantage tonight, and Colgate will go on the power play as Moran picks up his second minor of the period.
And that's something Princeton has to work on, Ed. Against this high-scoring offense, you can't continually give up the power plays.
There's your story. Goose eggs on the board, but a penalty to the Tigers, and they'll force to kill again. Tigers have improved on their penalty killing in recent weeks. Or at least yesterday have been improving, as now Doyle takes the puck in near side, takes a shot, and it's blocked away now by Harder. Doyle, of course, who has the big shorthanded goal against Yale, which gave the Tigers a victory up in Connecticut a couple of weeks ago. Now retreats, and here comes Mcdonald rushing in. Andy Mcdonald centers in front, and it goes off the skate of his intended man, Ryan Maki. So Ryan Maki was going after it now in the corner, and Yapik and Ryan Maki both hit the ice. It's dug out by Campbell. Campbell to Mcdonald, leaves it for Ryan Maki. Ryan Maki looking for help along the point now, hands to Mcdonald. 1:20 to go on the power play. Moristoga, he works it back with the point along with Murphy. Murphy from Campbell. Campbell again takes a shot, and that one got through, and Savas got a piece of it. Lamb sends it up to Doyle, and he will backhand it back down to the Colgate zone. 1:05 to go on the man advantage for the Red Raiders. 2 minutes to go in a scoreless first period. Donald whips it around the boards, and Stathos will let that one roll all the way around to Schneider, who leaves it for Delmonte. He's handed by Mcdonald. It's kept in by Colgate. Long fires off the goal post. Clanked it off the post on the inside of the post, but it went wide. Tigers finally able to cross the blue line, and Princeton dodges a bullet.
Long got a lot on that puck, got it to the open side of the net, missed it by mere inches.
Long and Bryce now go to work with 35 seconds to go on the Colgate power play. It's left behind for O'Malley, who also has a good scoring chance this period. Morin skating in, beats his man, and Stadl stacks the pads, rebound in front, and it's cleared away. Penalty upcoming to Colgate. The shot is taken But a charging penalty will come up against the Red Raiders. Well, Mike Noah, not shy with the whistle tonight, sends another man to the box. Charging call coming up against Chad Mcdonald, and that will even things out for another 22 seconds, and then the Tigers go on the power play.
As we mentioned, Colgate comes in very, very aggressive. It looks like Moran's going to go into the box here. Very, very aggressive play for Colgate, Ed. We'll take a look at this again. See if we can see the penalty here. There's that shot off the goalpost. He got a lot on that shot.
He was able to crank it, but it does catch the iron. So now again, for 22 seconds, we'll have even hockey at 4-on-4 before the Tigers get a power play. They will have, of course, barring a goal, 55 seconds of power play time in this period should they not score, and there are no other penalties, to still have 1:05 to work with in the second. Now the puck is dropped, and Colgate will take control as they'll retreat back in their own zone. In just 15 seconds, the Tigers get the man advantage as Schneider pokes it for Corrinet. Nice play by Potter to send it up, and we get a whistle. It crosses the blue line, so it's an offside. 11 seconds to go on the penalty to Moran, and then the Tigers get the man advantage.
Princeton's done a good job in this first period, picking up where they left off in last night's game, Ed. They've been very aggressive in this game. The forwards, when they've had the chance, have got good scoring opportunities, and the defense has done their job. And, of course, the goaltending has been excellent.
There is Coach Don Cahoon. Has to be happy with what he's seen, at least in recent days, of his team. Despite the loss last weekend, they have been playing better. And as we always see, a lot of future Tigers for the men's and women's team on hand tonight. Puck is dropped, and Schneider will just look to control for the Tigers. Works back to Lamb. Lamb will carry it in with a minute remaining in the period. Schneider will shoot it in, and it is covered by Harder. That will do it. The Tigers now will have a power play for 1:38 as Moran returns to the ice. And again, 55 seconds to go in the period.
Let's see what the Tigers can do here in the power play with 55 seconds remaining. Let's see if they get a couple of good shots and really challenge Harder here. And Harder was the ECAC goaltender of the week last week. He's had a pretty good season.
Yes, he has. Several honors for Colgate. Their players have certainly been the most impressive team so far in the ECAC. Cornell, as a matter of fact, came in second in the league, but they were only 4-5 overall. They had struggled. In fact, Darrell Campbell was the player of the week. We saw Campbell, number 23, out there earlier for Colgate. And Harder, the goaltender of the week. Not a bad combination for Colgate. Faceoff will come to the left of Harder as Parsons will take the draw against Mcdonald. Mcdonald wins another draw. But Corrinet going after it was upended. Nothing called there. And it's wound around the boards by Long, but Schneider keeps it in. Lamb leads it for Corrinet and Parsons, who are chased. Picked up by Lamb, tried to pass it to the point. Moran keeping it in temporarily, lost the puck, but Corrinet picks it up. Over to Parsons, 36 seconds to go in the period. Parsons hands to Lamb. Up top it goes to Moran. Holding, looking for help. Wrist shot, deflected wide as Corrinet got a stick on it. Schneider now in the corner. He's ridden hard in the boards. Back to the point to Moran. Stepping in, fires. That shot is blocked. Schneider, 18 seconds of the period. Lamb fires, and that one's deflected away. Rebound, Moran all alone. Save made by Harder at point-blank range. Corrinet behind the net. 10 seconds to go in the period. Lamb's turn to the point. 6 seconds. They've got to put it on net. Wrist shot, and that one is blocked. 2 seconds. One. Lamb's got to fire. He can't. The first period comes to an end. A frantic finish here to this first period. The Tigers will still have 43 seconds of power play time in the second.
Defensemen did a great job for Princeton there in the power play, Ed. They saw that the Colgate defenders were going down the block, did the fakes, got the pass, and got some good opportunities.
So the Princeton Tigers will go to the locker room tied 0-0. Let's watch that one more time.
You can see here from the point, they get the quick shot on. Nice save. They do a good job fighting for the rebound. There's a point-blank opportunity that goes right off the side of the goal.
He tried to go up top, then tried to go through the 5-hole, and Harder was there for the save as the Tigers, with this long flurry right before the end of the period, get one more chance. And then Lamb, not realizing it, finally ran out of time at the end of the first period. Don't forget, coming up in between periods, Tad Kozaneski will be joined by a very special guest, former Flyer and now Flyer scout Ron Hextall. After one period of play, the score, the Colgate Red Raiders nothing, the Princeton Tigers nothing. Ron Hextall was one of the top goaltenders in Flyer history. He's now working as a scout for the Flyers, and he's our special guest in between periods. He's joined now by Tad Kozaneski ringside. Go ahead, gentlemen, take it away.
Thanks, Ed. We're here with Ron Hextall, former player for the Philadelphia Flyers, now working in the front office. Tell us exactly what your new duties are, Ron, with the Flyers.
Well, I'm mostly into pro scouting. I've done some college, but for the most part, I'm pro scouting for trades and free agents and different things like that.
You get to see Princeton tonight, who we cover the games for. What do you think of Princeton in their play here in the first period?
They look pretty good. I think it's been a pretty good game so far. It's been physical, and certainly there's been a lot of penalties, so it's been a lot of special teams tonight, but they've looked pretty good so far.
Have you seen a lot of action in the ECAC?
No, I haven't. This is, I think, my third game, so just getting used to, this level and some of the players and different things that they do. So it's certainly different from the National Hockey League level, and it's different from the American League, but it's very interesting, and certainly for me, it's a real good learning experience.
You say it's a little different from some of the other leagues. In what ways is it different? How does it stack up?
Well, I think your top end here is real good, and I think then there's your bottom end, so and the in-between players. But I think it's top heavy, where you got some real good players, and then there's your average players, and then there's your players that are fourth line players. But I see a difference from top to bottom, I guess, is quite a gap. But it's real good hockey. I've been surprised with the 3 games that I've seen, the type of hockey, the intensity, and it's real good hockey.
For you personally, how was the transition from being an everyday player to being a front office man?
Well, there comes a time in everybody's life where you got to step back, and I had the opportunity to play this year in the National League, but I felt like the time had come for me to step back, and my body was starting to give way on me, and age was coming, so it was time for me to step away, and it's been fine.
Now, when you look at players, are you looking at all the players on the ice, or the goaltenders kind of catch your eyes at all?
No, I'm pretty much looking for everybody, just different players for the Flyers organization.
Finally, before we go here, about the Flyers this season, how do you think their season shapes up looking into the future?
Well, I think things are going real well for us. I think everybody's happy with where we are right now. The guys are playing real well. Everybody knows about our bad start. I think it was 0-5-1, and the guys have really taken on their shoulders since then and really taken the ball and ran with it, and hopefully they can keep it going the way it is right now. I think you got to look at us as one of the contenders.
Thanks for joining us, Ron. We appreciate it, and best of luck in the future. Ron Hextall, our guest here between periods. We'll send it back up to Ed.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Ron Hextall always has been and always will continue to be a class act wherever he goes. Very well respected in the media, even with his fiery play around the league as well. Well, we're about 5 minutes away on the clock here for the second period. We will step aside. When we come back, we'll be ready for period number 2. There's your story. Princeton nothing, Colgate nothing. You're watching. Tigers in the home white will go from left to right. They have 43 seconds to go on a power play as we start the second period. 0 for 3 for Colgate, 0 for 2 for Princeton with the man advantage so far tonight. Moran carrying it in for Princeton. He shoots one in along the far side where Parsons will give chase. Parsons back to Lamb at the right point. Down low it goes now to Corrinet. Over to Schneider. Back to Moran, who drives a shot, and that's blocked up high into the air. Excellent play by Moristega to get his body on that. 22 seconds to go on the man advantage, and Corrinet from Parsons will tip it in, and now the Tigers give chase. Potter, though, is able to cut it off, working around the boards. Moran keeps it in, going in on goal. Wait, shoots, blocked in front, rebound, score! The rebound came loose, and Parsons puts it home.
Well, it looks like Corrinet's going to pick up the goal here. He did a great job on the rebound. It was amazing how wide open the defenseman was as he came through the slot. Nobody picked him up. Everyone got sucked in the opposite side of the ice. Here it is here as you see the breakaway again. Moran. Now the rebound. Watch Corrinet here right on the doorstep, and he just muscles this one in. Great goal for Corrinet.
And you see Corrinet and Parsons were both there, but it was Corrinet, as you mentioned, who poked it home. So Chris Corrinet, knocked out early last game, gets his 5th goal of the year. It was on the power play, and the Tigers lead at 1-0. Shot it around the net now, and the Tigers will go after it. Let's see if Colgate will change their game up anyway, now trailing by 1. So Corrinet, his 5th of the season. He has played well for Princeton all year. Now picking it up as Colgate will shoot it in. And again, going in now behind the net is Schneider. The Tigers will try to work it out of their own zone as Chisholm will take it. Chisholm around the far boards to Schneider. 9 shots on goal in the first period for Colgate, just 6 for Princeton. Neither team had a goal, and now it's kept in by Colgate. Working now is Mcdonald, wrist shot, and that one goes wide. Poole keeping it in, tries to center one, it goes behind the net, where Roberts will be bothered by Mcdonald. He'll scoop it around, lost the puck. Bennett now. And now Roberts, nice play to kick it out and try and work it out of the zone for Princeton. Leaves it for Schneider. Schneider sends it up to neutral ice, and the Tigers do get a chance to clear, but not far enough to make a change. Now it's flipped back in. Glove back down by Bennett. Bennett loses the puck momentarily. Kralitz picks it up. It's loose. There's a shot fanned on. And now Chisholm will try to send it out. Comes back to the left point. The Poole fires, deflected wide of the net. Now Roberts will pick it up. Roberts trying to poke it out. Back into the Princeton zone it goes now. Schneider will take it behind his own net. That sends it all the way back down. The Tigers need a change, so they get the icing. The goal scored by Corrinet and the assist for Benoit Morin.
Great opportunity, too, again, for the Tigers. Corrinet has been a great play in front as you look at Stathos here. Stathos, it just seems like he gets better game in and game out. See again here, Princeton on the attack. Another look at this goal. Boy, nobody defensively. They have to get out there a lot quicker, and then you'll see here, just on the doorstep, Corrinet muscles it in, then gets a stick to the face.
Can the Tigers do it again? Knock off the leaders. There's the shot, and Saddles makes the save. It's steered wide. Princeton beating second place Cornell last night, trying to beat first place Colgate tonight. Kept into the corner now, is digging after it is O'Malley. Now worked around the boards, as now Mcdonald sends one in front, but Lamb will intercept for Princeton. Lamb will backhand it on the boards all the way back down. This will go far enough for icing against the Tigers with 17:34 to go in the first half. Interesting to hear those comments from Ron Hextall, particularly about the level of play in the ECAC.
Yeah, he compared it to other leagues, thought he was very impressed with the level of play here. It's the third game that he had seen, and it's amazing. The fans still flock to him, Ed. Wherever he goes, as soon as we set up for the interview, half the arena ran to that side of the arena to go get a glimpse or an interview.
Well, I mentioned Ron Hextall's always been a class act, and that certainly goes for the same way he's always treated the fans, always very courteous to the hockey fans. And the Ranger fans, not as courteous to him in his playing days, but that's okay. So it makes a rivalry special.
Signed a lot of autographs down there, too, as well.
Always takes time for him. Campbell will take the draw against Sturgis, and Yapik will take it away from Princeton. Yapik trying to carry it up, banks one off the boards. Potter trying to keep it in. Moran bumps him off the play, and it goes back along the blue line. Now it's set up along to Nolan. Moran, though, picks it back up. Some more hitting going in neutral ice. Tigers slip it in. It's right along the blue line, and Cornell picks it up. A penalty coming out to Princeton. Guess who? Benoit Morin with a tripping penalty. That's his third minor of the night, and Colgate will have the man advantage.
It's almost as if a cloud just follows him around the rink, Ed. Wherever he is, he's just a very aggressive player, going after the puck and going after the body, and he just, I guess, doesn't have a good way of disguising his actions.
So he will sit for 2 minutes, and the Tigers are shorthanded. Colgate tonight 0 for 3 with the extra attacker. As we see it again. Just caught him a little bit with a stick, and when you got a guy like Moran and you're someone from Colgate, you know he's got the reputation. You feel that contact, you hit the ice.
And again, it was an open ice. There wasn't any traffic around. A lot of times that becomes an obvious call to a referee.
You see the value of a Benoit Morin when he's playing well and staying out of the box. That makes it very hard for Don Cahoon to limit his time. Fans looking on here as Colgate will go to work now on the power play. Andy Mcdonald with the shot, and Stathos catches it in the breadbasket and hangs on. Well, there's Andy Mcdonald's first real solid attempt on goal. He's had the puck, has been doing a lot of passing, but this time he fires one.
He's tried to get things set up when they had the power play unit on. He'd passed the puck very effectively, but really had not taken a shot. Gets a good shot on net here, as Ed mentioned. This is a nice move as he crosses the blue line. Gets the quick wrister on it. A lot on that, but a pretty decent save for Stathos.
Puck is dropped, and Barber now gets it to Meredith, trying to poke it out of the Tigers' zone. Nice play to bank it off the boards and send it back to center, and now into Colgate territory. Campbell, ECAC Player of the Week this past week, sending it into the Tiger zone. Meredith is there to pick it off for Princeton. Trying to carry it in, it's intercepted by Campbell. Campbell behind the net, hands to McDonald, back to Campbell, and here goes Colgate on the power play. Murphy, back it goes now to Campbell, who's at the point. Back up top to Murphy, now to Campbell on the far side. Sends one back behind the boards to McDonald. Back to Campbell. Campbell looking for help. Murphy holding. Over to the left point it goes to Moristega. He takes a shot. Save rebound to Mcdonald. Missed it. He had an open net, but he put it high and wide. Campbell's turn. Back to Mcdonald. Moristega. He fakes the shot. Up top it goes now to Murphy. Moristega. Cross-ice Mcdonald. 59 seconds on the man advantage. Mcdonald wrist shot, and that one goes wide, and there was a crowd in front of Stathos. Back to the left point it goes now. Moristega. Murphy's shot is blocked by Meredith. They'll try it again, and Stathos gets a piece of a rebound in front. Meredith sends it down the far boards.
Defensive for Princeton doing a good job in the slot, running interference in front of the crease and clearing out the crease, so Stathos gets a clear look.
35 seconds to go on the power play for Colgate. Far side working it up now is Chad Mcdonald. Bodies flying, and Campbell able to clear it out. The other Campbell for Princeton, that is Jane Campbell, and offside is the call. 26 seconds to go on the Red Raiders power play. Well, some excellent chances here for the Red Raiders.
They really took their time looking for the best shot they could get. They get this shot here coming up from the point, trying to get the save. Now here's your scoring opportunity. Mcdonald just missed the top shelf.
Looked like when he got the puck, it was rolling just a bit, and that might have been the reason why he launched one into the atmosphere. But in any event, now it's long. We'll take it back for Colgate and work it to the near side to O'Malley. Just 20 seconds to go on the man advantage. Delmonte tips it away. McDonald came flying in, over skated the puck, and O'Malley shovels it back in. It's knocked down with Bryce, and it's a hand pass, so the faceoff will come back towards Colgate territory. 12 seconds now on the power play.
Princeton's done a good job on this power play. Their power killing unit, last 2 nights we've had the games here, I've done a real solid job, Ed. A lot of it starts at the blue line. They're stopping some penetration, and then when the opponents get set up, they're doing a good job of clearing out in front of the crease.
And this is a Colgate team which can light the lamp on the power play, but they would be 0 for 4 if they don't score within the next 12 seconds. And fans looking on, enjoying this one again tonight. And Cornell comes down, as they did last night. Usually do get the battle of the bands going. Puck is controlled by Colgate in their own zone as Potter will carry it up. Potter will cross the red line, but has it poked away. Schneider will work it along the boards. Just 2 seconds, and that will do it. The Tigers are back at full strength. They've killed another one off. Stathos lifts it along the boards, and Doyle now leaves for Bennett. Back to Doyle as he banks one off the boards, trying to get it to Meredith. Tigers having trouble clearing again. It's picked off, and there's a shot. Stathos makes the save on O'Malley. Leaves it behind the net for Doyle. He's run in too hard by Chad Mcdonald. Schneider, he's hit as well as Vandersloot lays in a good open check, and he goes back into Potter, and he will send it back up. Stathos will give chase, and he'll find the open space and send it down. Colgate caught in a change, and here comes Lamb. Far side, looking for help. Pass to Parros. Save made by Harder. And a whistle. And we'll check what we have here. The whistle came from the linesman, but an excellent opportunity, I believe, for Princeton. Let's see. We're going to get a call coming up here against Colgate? I believe we are. An argument here being put up by Murphy, but he is going to go to the box.
What a pass by Lamb, though, Ed, as he came in on the breakaway off the pass from Stathos. He's on the left wing. Now watch this backhand pass right on the stick. Parros in a shot. Parros almost got that by Harder.
Actually had Harder going down on the ice, but Harder was able to get his body in front and make a fine save. Harder's played well tonight, as there's only one goal that is going against him. It was not his fault.
See Corey Murray talking things over with the official. We have no penalty up on the board yet.
And looks like we won't get a call. Well, the door opened up, so we thought there was going to be a penalty. But in any event, we're not sure why we got the whistle, to be honest with you. It certainly wasn't an offside, because the faceoff comes to the left of Harder.
Take a look at this again and see if we can pick this up. A beautiful behind-the-back pass by Lamb. Off the right side of your screen, Parros comes in, and that's just a pretty pass and a pretty shot. This is where the activity just after that point in the play is where the whistle blew. Again, we have no penalty, Ed, but more controversy on the far side of the arena now.
Well, now Noeth having a few words with Don Vaughn. You see him talking right over there along the Colgate bench. And Vaughn, as we mentioned, has been successful. A graduate of St. Lawrence. Done an outstanding job with this program. Over 100 wins in his career. Now the faceoff, I believe, is going to come to the left of Harder, as they originally planned. And some fine M&Ms being enjoyed right there, Tad. Good stuff.
Colgate fans checking this game out.
I like the peanut myself more than the plain, but that's okay.
You're a peanutty guy, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah, a little nutty, at least, to say the words. But we always have a good time, as we know.
Corey Murphy still complaining, as is Harder to the official. Who knows, Ed? Oh, we are going to get a penalty now after all that.
It's a too many men on the ice call. It's a bench minor. So the Tigers do go on the power play, and now here they go to work. And Moran with a quick check as Mcdonald is able to clear.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense now, Ed.
We were wondering what the whistle's about, but that's it. So another power play for the Tigers. They're 1 for 3, but here comes Andy Mcdonald ridden into the boards, and now Parsons will carry up. Flips one over to Lamb, but offside is the call. 20 seconds gone by in the Princeton power play.
And that's just the judgment call, the linesman or the official. If too many men are on the ice, and in the referee's view or the linesman's view there were too many on for Colgate, so they are penalized. And Coach Vaughn not happy about it, but his power kill unit out there has to do the job now.
Well, the penalty killing unit for Colgate has done the job as well as their power play. Their special teams have been outstanding throughout the season. So here we go, inside the red line. Tigers set for the draw along with the Red Raiders, and Princeton wins it temporarily, but the puck is poked away from Bennett, and Princeton will set up as Delmonte will take it. Delmonte will skate behind his own net, and now the Tigers go to work. Up it goes to Meredith. Quick pass on the far side. It goes too far and looked like it would be icing, but it's waved off. Delmonte keeping it in. He's ridden hard into the boards, but Campbell picks it up. Now it goes over to Parros. Parros circling behind his own net. Back to Bennett along the left point. Down low to Parros. In the corner it goes to Campbell. Over to Meredith on the near side. Back to the right point to Delmonte. Fakes the shot. Looking for help. Tried to set a cross pass. It's taken away. And rushing up the other way is Chad Mcdonald. Meredith comes back. McDonald still on the puck. And finally Delmonte pokes it away with 55 seconds to go on the man advantage. Tigers will try to bring it up again now as Meredith will take it. Meredith carrying it along the near side, crossing the blue line into Colgate territory. Cross pass too far, and it's intercepted. And here comes McDonald rushing the other way, far side. McDonald going in all alone. Stanos gets a piece of it and makes the save. Rebound. Oh, and a sprawling save by Stanos, and he hangs on.
That was as nice a save as you're going to get. The best player for Colgate, their featured player, comes in on the break. Here's the turnover. They try and send it across the rink. Now Campbell comes up with it right here off the pass. He had a tremendous burst of speed as he blows by the defense. Stathos comes out, just gets enough of the stick on it, but still has the presence of mind to dive in front, Ed, and make the save right there.
He made 3 saves. First he poked it away, then he got a stick on it on the second shot, and then a sprawling save. He was our player of the game last night. We don't like to get players back-to-back, but he keeps playing like this. He's going to be the runaway.
What a save that was. It saved a tie game.
Now Colgate works it in. There's a shot that goes wide. Nolan giving chase on the rebound. And the Tigers still with 25 seconds of power play time will rush it up. Lamb drops one for Moran. Here comes Benoit Moran, and we get a whistle. And let's see. I think we'll have a penalty upcoming here to the Tigers.
It was on the contact on the near boards. Looks like against Princeton, Ed.
Well, let's see. Mike, no, now we don't have a penalty call. We saw the whistle blow. Looked like it might have been hit ahead. I'd say been hit ahead with a high stick, but the faceoff still coming in the Colgate zone.
Take a look again. I don't know if this is offsides. There's your hit along the boards right there, and that's when the whistle came in. They are hitting, Ed.
Well, it was hit ahead with a high stick as they move it back out behind the blue line. Puck is controlled by the Tigers with 18 seconds of power play time to go. Schneider feeds one inside now as Moran skates up for Princeton. He wrists one back into the Colgate zone. He's taken down as he goes in. Parsons battling along with Corrinet. Corrinet skating right in front, and the short side save is made by Harder, and he'll glove and hang on. So Shep Harder tested here on a nifty move by Corrinet. Just 1 second to go, though, on the Tiger power play.
Corrinet did a nice job behind the net, got the puck, came in and really challenged Harder and made a tough save. You can see there he's trying to maybe stretch it out a little bit. He really strained and stretched to make the save. You see Corrinet behind the net, stretching out right there, Ed. And Ron Hextall's had a lot of injuries in his past in the lower stomach area, and that'll shake you up, especially when you have to dive like that a great deal.
Hextall bothered by some groin problems early in his career, right after his Vezina Trophy winning season for the Flyers. Well, what a rookie year he had back in 1986-87. Outstanding. Power play's over, but the Tigers keep it in as Barber. They work it down low, and Chisholm couldn't get the pass, and it's sent back out into Princeton territory. This will roll far enough for icing with 12:23 to go in the second period. The Princeton Tigers off to a 1-0 lead.
And this young Princeton team, Ed, appears to really be getting their act in gear. These last two nights, they're getting great goaltending from Savas. The forwards are doing the job when they get the opportunity and finishing off the scoring plays.
And that man certainly has had a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, Savas, again, he has been solid.
As the fans look on, the Tigers going to hit the road for quite some time. They'll be on the road to play Bemidji State, 2 games there, the 10th and 11th. Then they go to Notre Dame, one of Ron Hextall's old teammates, Dave Poulin, coaching that team, doing a great job. And Tigers will play a home exhibition game against Queens on the 30th of December. And other than that, they won't be home again until the 23rd as we get a whistle, because they go on the road January 7th and 8th against Brown and Harvard. They return home for 3 straight home games. We'll have them all here on RCN. UMass on Sunday the 23rd, that's UMass Lowell. RPI on the 28th, and Union on the 29th.
I'll be interested to see what type of season we'll see of the Tigers when they return from the road trip. Road trips are tough, especially when you get an extended road trip like the Tigers have in front of them.
The puck is dropped, and the Tigers looking in control is Zavodny. Try to work it into the Tigers, out of the Tiger zone, and now Moran has it booked away. Parsons watches the rolling puck go, and now the Tigers will look to set up. Far side it goes. Ooh. They try to get it to Moran. It actually hit the linesman and bounces into the bench. And we get a whistle with 11:59 to go in the second period. Tad, this Colgate team came out chippy. Now, we've seen the Tigers. They've seen the speed of Yale. They've seen a little bit of a mixture by Cornell, and now we've seen some hard hitting by Colgate. They seem to weather the storm each time.
They really have. 3 different phases of the game, 3 different teams, as you mentioned, doing 3 different styles, and they've been able to not only counteract it, but go on the aggressive themselves.
Here you get a look at Ryan Long, who's played a strong game so far on defense for the Red Raiders. Now they look to get things set for the face-off. It'll come to the left of Statos. There it is. It's controlled temporarily by Colgate, but Domani will rush it up for Princeton. Tigers have a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but the pass is too far for Campbell. Over to retreat now is Long, and he'll look to skate up. Ryan Long up the near side. It goes to Sturgis. Sturgis looking for the return pass. McDonald back to Sturgis. Took a shot, and Stathos squeezes the 5-hole and hangs on.
Stathos did a good job, Ed, of coming out and breaking down the angle. They went after the 5-hole there. He did a good job of covering it up. See Cornell or Colgate check that, starting to get some good passes in the neutral zone, starting to get some good open shot opportunities here. But again, usually a goaltender will be able to make that save, Ed, when there's no interference in front.
There is Dave Stathos. And what a 24 hours or so he's had, playing so well last night against Colgate. Of course, the French-Canadian heritage, in case you couldn't tell on the back of the mask. The Province de Quebec. That would be if you're playing Know Your Flags, as Stathos will grab that one. Be interesting to see the Tigers when they go on the road. The second trip to Notre Dame. Of course, they have an outstanding hockey program, and as we mentioned, Dave Poulin has done a great job with that team. But the Tigers, with the exception of that exhibition game, won't be back home until January 23rd. That's a long time on the road.
And that'll wear on you. If you can come back with a good amount of wins, that'll really give you some momentum as you play some home games.
Now Campbell is waved from the circle. He's had a few of those in the last couple of games. Just can't seem to get set on the faceoff, so now they'll try it again. As Sturgis is getting set to go now. Haven't waved him yet, so Campbell's back. There's finally the puck dropped, and Campbell wins the draw, and Schneider will take it back behind his own net. Doyle flipping it up, but it's kept into the far point by Long. Long into McDonald. The dangerous Andy McDonald loses his edge and hits the boards hard, but gets back up. McDonald now looking to dig it out along with Doyle. They fight for it, or scrabble on the corner boards, and now Schneider has it. Penalty upcoming to Princeton. I believe this will be Doyle who gets the gate. So another power play, the 5th of the night for Colgate. And the Tigers get the penalty. It's a holding call. Let's see, will it be Doyle or will it be Bennett? Looks like it'll be Dave Bennett who goes off to the sin bin for 2 minutes. And Colgate has another power play.
When you're facing the best offense in the conference, Ed, you really have to be careful, especially in the shorthanded situations. We'll see it here as they fight for it against the boards. And there's your penalty right there. One-arm tackle, and that'll draw the whistle every time.
There has been no clutching and grabbing tonight, as Rick Noeth has made sure of that. 14th minutes on the year now for Bennett. He has 7 minors on the season, 14 penalty minutes. So the Tigers looking for the kill here again on the power play. They are 0 for 4. Are the Red Raiders on the man advantage tonight. And now getting waved from the face-off is Marin for Colgate, and now coming in to take his place is Mike O'Malley. Mcdonald was just out there, so they have to rest him at least the beginning of this power play to the Red Raiders. That is, of course, Andy McDonald. Chad McDonald, number 28, is out there, and he's digging for the puck, as is Mike O'Malley. Tigers will be happy to kill some clock there. They kill 11 seconds off of that man advantage, and the face-off will come once again to the left of Dave Stathos.
Even before the penalty, you could sense that Colgate was picking up some momentum offensively. They're starting to open the ice up a little bit more, and you can sense they're starting to get a little confidence going in their offensive game.
Clock says 11:07 remaining in period number 2 as Princeton looking for the sweep of the conference leaders this weekend. They beat second place Cornell last night. Looking to beat first place Colgate tonight. Face-off will come to the left of Stathos as they get set again. McDonald now has gotten a little time to rest. He's back on the ice. He wins another draw. Goes to Murphy at the point. Moristega sends one in front. McDonald tried to tip it in, and Moran golfs at it and sends it back into the Colgate zone.
Again, you can see Colgate, Ed, really generating some good offensive scoring opportunities here.
10:50 to go in the second period. A minute and a half for the man advantage. Moran with the steal, but he's 1-on-3. He'll have him spun off the puck, and Moristega will take it and leave for McDonald. Moran doing a nice job here of forechecking, though, keeping Colgate pinned in, and now finally Murphy will take it up. Corey Murphy, the assistant captain. Now Colgate will send it in, and McDonald will give chase. McDonald over to Campbell. Campbell looking for help behind the net, and he gets it. Now working behind his Colgate as Nolan will work it back to the point. Murphy taps one to Campbell. Back to Murphy, fires one. Stathos with a stick save, and he hangs on. He saw that one all the way.
Got a little bit of interference in front from Potter, who tried to screen, but again, Stathos, when he gets a clear shot of the puck, is very solid in his fundamentals. He stays at home, stays bounced. You see it'll come in from the point as they chase. Here gets a good shot here, but again, really just some slight interference and a good job by Stathos to jump on the puck.
So 55 seconds to go on the man advantage for Colgate, but they have not found an answer to the man with the Tiger on the top of his mask. Tigers have done a good job killing the penalty. Colgate's had their chances, but the biggest thing is Stathos has been able to see virtually every shot. Now they're ready to go again. Campbell set to take the draw against Nolan. Another long delay. And it looks like Nolan's been waived, and McDonald will come back in for the faceoff. Campbell gives that little extra skate just to give the penalty killers a little more time, but it's controlled by Colgate. Moristega blast one, and that's one blocked in front by Campbell, who lost his stick. Campbell's playing without a stick. It's broken. They'll get a line change. Doyle will come out of the kill. Meanwhile, it's skated up by Murphy. Murphy holding on the right point. Back to Moristega. Sends one cross-ice. Campbell couldn't get a stick on it. 34 seconds to go on the power play. Murphy, Moristega fires, and Stathos kicked that one away. McDonald going into the near side, hit into the boards by Yapik. Nice play by Yapik. He'll pick it up and back it off the boards, and Doyle gives chase. Racing in Doyle, going in all over the breakaway. Sends it high. Doyle almost an identical play on his shorty at Yale, but puts that one too high, and Colgate will counter with 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. Hard check by Schneider. Excellent play as he tries to kill some more time. Moristega sent it front, and it was missed high by Campbell. He had the open cage, and the Tigers kill the penalty and Bennett out of the box. Here he comes. Bennett looking for Doyle, tries to pass one to him. It's blocked off by Murphy. McDonald Back the other way for Colgate, skating in. Here comes Andy Mcdonald, past one man in front. Save made by Savas as he stones Morin in front of the net.
Morin had a great scoring opportunity there off the pass from Mcdonald. Tigers may have got away with one against Mcdonald. It really looked like they grabbed him and pulled him down to the ice, but no call made, but a great save again from Savas.
An outstanding play, too, by Andy Mcdonald. This is why this kid is getting a lot of looks.
Here's the breakaway again. Great move there. Unfortunately, just shot a little bit wide. Now back down the other end of the ice. Here's Mcdonald. Now here's this play. Might have been called a penalty there. He does a great job to get the pass off, and Savas there again makes the save.
Puck is trapped, and Zavodny will control it for Princeton. Zavodny, oh, he's hit hard by Mcdonald, so he gives him a rough ride on a clean check. Now Lamb skating in for Princeton, crosses the blue line, has Corrinet trailing, just trying to poke it into the zone, works it behind the boards. Parsons will pick it up for the Tigers. Back behind the net it goes, and now it's worked along the far corner to Morin. Morin sends it up, and Zavodny has it at the red line. Zavodny over to Barber. Barber floats one in, and Harder will grab that one and hang on as Parsons gives chase. And Corrinet losing his balance a little bit there. It was an unintentional bump. As there you see Jeff Harder's had a great week. He is another senior on this Colgate team. He is the main man in net.
You can almost see he gathers his thoughts before each play, just concentrates as he rests in the goal. That's been his routine tonight.
He's an American goaltender, hails out of Wayzata, Minnesota.
Here's this hit again we were talking about right here. Took him right off his feet. Nice, clean, hard hit.
Yeah, that was a nice check by Morin as he's able to get the hit, and now the faceoff will come to the left of Shep Harder. Now Monty to take the draw for the Tigers, and he wins the draw. And the Tigers poke it to Morin, sends one on net, and Harder with the quick glove save, and he has to hang on. So the Tigers keep getting the draws now in the Colgate zone.
Nothing wrong when you win the draw to get the shot on net if you get the opportunity.
8:26 showing on the clock here in the second period, and the Tigers hold that 1-0 lead.
Well, somebody's falling asleep there.
Not all of our fans are excited tonight. But just about everybody else is here at Baker Rink. Somebody tapped that guy on the shoulder. Iron Poole now will leave it behind his own net, and we get a whistle. Another penalty upcoming to Colgate, a high sticking call. As Poole will get the gate, he'll head to the bin for two, and the Tigers will get their 5th power play of the night.
And again, Ed, it was behind the play as Poole was trying to wean off a defenseman from following the puck, but it was a good 5 to 10 feet behind the play. You see it on the right side of your screen here. Poole's number 7. Yeah, he did get up high in the face area there, and I guess you do have to call that. But again, behind the play, you didn't have to do that.
Anything with a stick is going to get called, and in fact, anything close is going to get called tonight. This has been a tightly called game, but consistently called. So there you see Byron Poole as he will sit for 2. Tigers 1 for 4 with the man advantage tonight as Corrinet has the power play goal and the only goal of the game. Corrinet and Parsons both fighting for it as the Tigers try to keep it in. Schneider takes it at the left point, looking to set things up. Now to Corrinet. Back to the point to Schneider as he handles the bouncing puck. Morin. Schneider, he fires, and that one's wide. Rebound, score! Easy play for Parsons. 2-0 Tigers.
Well, Ed, some games the puck bounces your way, some games it doesn't. That one bounced the Tigers' way. The shot went wide, off the boards, right to Parsons, who was on the weak side, wide open. You'll see the shot coming up here from the point. It comes from the left side. Now the rebound comes to Parsons, nobody near him, in the easy goal.
Well, they say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Schneider will tell you he drew that shot up. Banking off the boards to an open Parsons. He'll take it.
And another power play goal for Princeton, Ed. I mean, they have been very, very impressive in these last 2 nights when they've had the advantage. Let's get another look at this again here, Ed. Good shot of it here. As you see, it goes wide. And the fortunate bounce to Parsons, who puts it home.
Chad McDonald unable to get over on the box in time, and now we get a whistle. And we get an offside. 7:54 now to go in the second period. The goal Brad Parsons, the assist. Dave Schneider, the score. 2-0 Tigers. And there is Parsons, the goal scorer right there. Parsons on the year picks up the power play goal on that play, and he now has 4. He has 9 points on the season. Now the puck goes back towards the Colgate zone, and they try to work it up, but Barber kicks it in. Fighting for it now are the Tigers as it's backhanded ahead. Meredith can't get it, and Barber will. Barber has the puck deflected, picks it up again. Now to Parros trying to send it up ahead, and Barber squirts it into the Colgate zone. Tigers have, over the weekend, they've scored a goal, and their play hasn't slacked off after each goal. They've maintained the same intensity, but let's see if Colgate turns it up a notch here, trailing 2-0. Now Beanie takes it behind the blue line. Over it goes to Barber. Barber trying to catch Colgate on the line change as Parros tips it in, but the Tigers will make a change of their own. Back behind the net it goes now as Colgate will go to work. Vandersloot sends it up ahead. Campbell picks it up, and now Schneider takes it away, and he'll send it far side. Schneider takes the return pass, sends it up. That pass is backed off, hits the linesman of the skate, and Campbell takes it away. Campbell centering in one in front, but Schneider is there on the defense for Princeton. Schneider leaves it for Corrinet. He takes a hard hit, but Schneider picks it up again. A penalty coming up to Princeton. Meanwhile, Colgate coming back on the attack. And Mcdonald giving chase. Pass is hit by Bennett. And we get a whistle and a cross-checking penalty coming up to the Tigers with 6:41 to go in the period. And we'll see who gets the gate.
There have been a ton of penalties in this game through 2 periods. Princeton not happy. They've been on the short end of quite a few of these. We're going to look at it again. As Princeton looks to clear the zone. There's the big hit there. And now from behind, the retaliation will get that every time after the hit. The cross-check to the back of the head.
So Chris Corrinet, the junior, goes to the box. This will be the 5th power play opportunity tonight for Colgate. The Tigers have also had 5 power plays. So Corrinet will sit. Corrinet with that 2-minute minor now has just 6 minutes on the year. That's only his 3rd penalty.
This is Colgate's chance to get back in the game.
Right point to Long, left point to Bryce. Took a shot, Stanos to save the rebound. They poke at it, they can't get at it. Now this is Chad Mcdonald behind the net. Pokes it up in the air to O'Malley. O'Malley looking for Long, and now will hold it instead. Goes down low to Mcdonald. Back to the right point to Long. Wrist shot on goal, right on Stanos. He saw that one, and he'll squeeze. Looked like Long was looking for a rebound that never came.
Stathos again doing a good job on the save, and I think his defensemen, Ed, again, especially when they're short-handed, have been doing a good job of clearing the lane of sight for Stathos. You'll see it go back to the point here. Now defensemen instantly look inside the crease and try and clear it out. First initial save there is a nice one. We have a player here, Ed.
Stathos has taken it to another level this weekend. See if he can maintain that for another 26 minutes and 20 seconds. 3rd period and change in the second still to go. 1:35 on the power play. There's a shot by Campbell, and that's blocked. Mcdonald now out there on the power play as well as Sean Nolan leaves it for him. Mcdonald along the near side in the circle, holding, looking, still holding, squeezes one in front, they score! Excellent feed as Sean Nolan pokes it home, and Colgate cuts the Tiger lead to 2-1.
Well, Colgate got their opportunity in the power play situation. A lot of times it's those stupid little freaky goals that kill you, and that's exactly what happened to Princeton there. As the puck was actually missed by the forward charging in, but it trickled through the defense and the goals. We'll look at it again as you'll see the missed puck off the play. As Colgate does a good job to set it in. Now they'll charge in, and watch how the puck comes off the stick here, Ed. Trails right through the defenseman's legs over to the Colgate forward, and the goal put in by Nolan.
So Sean Nolan scores his 7th of the year. He has 12 points, but the assist by Andy Mcdonald, his 13th assist on the season. That leads the league. He has 19 points. That leads the league. And Tad, he really made that play happen.
That was an excellent, excellent play.
I think the most impressive thing about Mcdonald is his strength with the puck. He's able to make the moves, but his ability to maintain his balance, maintain his strength, results in that goal. And there's your story. There's your time, and there's your score.
And how big now is the penalty against Corrinet? That's his 2nd penalty of the game, Ed, and really one he shouldn't have taken, and it cost his team a goal.
So the Tigers go to work as Bennett will send it into the zone. Here the Tigers can strike back now as Parsons battles along the near boards. Tigers trying to dig it out there, and we get a whistle. Let's see, do we have another penalty coming up? I'm not sure. Looks like we'll just get a face-off. It'll come outside the blue line. Looked like it was hit ahead with a hand pass, and there's Benoit Morin, no stranger to the penalty box himself. When he stays out of the box, though, he's played well.
But you can see why he's out in the ice, Ed. He's a very aggressive player, and he really causes havoc for the offense. As we look at this again.
This is the goal right here. One more
right
look.
Through the defenseman's legs. Nice move there to put it in the net by Nolan.
And nothing Saddles could do about that one.
That's just bad luck.
Puck rolls all the way back into the Princeton zone with 5:50 to go in the second period. Tigers working along the far side now, and Bennett will send it up to Schneider. Schneider banks one off the boards, and now Potter sends one in. Boy, Stay lost his edge as he sent it in now, as Staddles will leave it for Bennett. Well, Colgate came back. They got the power play goal. They did what they had to do. They are now 1 for 5 on the advantage. Princeton is 1 for 5 as down goes Schneider. Puck sent back into the Tiger zone and giving chase is Bennett as Colgate makes changes. Bennett taking it behind his net, has it poked away. Nice play by Morin to keep it in, and now Bryce will send it in. Here comes Colgate on the attack. Carrying in now is O'Malley. O'Malley sends it across, but it's read nicely by Domani, who's hooked down. Penalty coming up to Colgate. Domani got hooked in the arm, and he is taken down, and Mike O'Malley gets the gate for hooking. Power play coming up for Princeton.
That'll get called every time, Ed. In the open ice, the entire arena could see that one. Just a misplay on the pass, and the Tigers capitalize.
Well, watch it again, and you'll see the right arm go up in the air.
In the open ice, trying to back check there, and good move to go down to this Del Monte as he lost his edge and his balance.
So Princeton 2 for 5 with a man advantage tonight, and there's the junior, as you see, sitting in the bin for 2. Tigers go to work again. Don't forget, coming up, another special guest. Tad is our special guest man tonight, a very special guest in the second period. Another former Flyer, Dave Brown, now working as a scout for the New York Rangers.
And if he gets mean with me, Ed, I'm going after him. I'm taking him down.
Better you than me. I'm going to stay up here where it's safe.
Dave Brown, known for his fisticuffs in the NHL.
Inspirational player, however, on that Flyer team. Very popular with the fans. Tigers will work at neutral ice now as Schneider will send it back into the Colgate zone, and the Tigers go to work on the power play. Harder leaving it behind his own net, but Colgate can't clear. Moran crashing in there. Tigers had it, but they lost the puck. Mcdonald can't get it out as Schneider sends it into the open wing. Parsons giving it a look down low as he goes after it. Corrinet over to Lamb now. Back to the left point to Schneider, looking to shoot. Now still holding, over to Lamb. Lamb sends it across. Save on the shot by Parsons by Harder. He had to be quick with the reflection, and he did.
Parsons was that close to his second goal of the game, did a good job on the deflection, just couldn't quite get enough of the wood on it with enough force behind it. See, the Tigers again here in the power play have done a good job of spreading the ice. There's the deflection, and Parsons just didn't get enough of it.
Well, Parsons has had a strong game so far. He has 1 goal tonight, gets another opportunity. The Tigers now will put Campbell, Del Monte, and Meredith on. There is Parsons right there.
He's had a good night. He's played well and picked up a goal.
Back to the right point now goes to Del Monte. Here's Bennett walking in, shoots, and that one is partially blocked. Bennett goes to the rebound, but he can't get it, and Colgate works it back into the Tiger zone where Del Monte is chased, and he'll take it behind the net under the watchful eye of Nolan. 1 minute to go in the Princeton power play. Now 4 minutes to go in the second period, 2-1 Tigers. Now here comes Campbell skating along the far side. Back to the left point to Bennett, right point to Del Monte, and the Tigers set up. Send it to the open wing, and Campbell will give chase. Campbell botted in there, will try to get it to the point now, wrap it around the net where Meredith picks it up. Here is Meredith trying to carry out, he loses the puck. Now Parros over to Meredith in the circle. Left point to Bennett, holds. Back over to Meredith in the circle, wrist one on, tried to get a deflection, couldn't get that. Centered in front, but it's picked off and sent all the way down the ice. Back into the Tiger zone by Nolan with 22 seconds to go on the man advantage. Del Monte behind his own net. Tigers have to hurry here. They need one more rush on this power play. Now Del Monte will carry it up. Goes to Lamb along the near side. He's got Corrinet streaking, but it goes off his skate. Corrinet, though, with a nice follow, a hustle after it. Cornell, over it goes to Moran. Or Corrinet, rather, over goes to Moran. Now Lamb's got it. Back to the right point, but Schneider can't handle the bouncing puck. And quickly, Colgate comes back to full strength, and we get a whistle. Offside called, 3:01 to go in the second period.
Well, Colgate's done a nice job of getting themselves back in the game on the power play, and it's really charged them up, Ed. You can see they've shown little signs of life here after their goal, and they're really fighting for the puck a little harder and really giving Princeton a hard time here late in this second period.
Colgate fans starting to make some noise. Colgate located in the eastern part of New York State. They're about 45 miles southeast of Syracuse, and of course, that's a hotbed of hockey up throughout the upstate New York and the eastern New York area. Face-off coming outside the Colgate blue line, and Zavodny will handle it with under 3 minutes to go and flip it back into the Red Raider zone. Back behind his own net is Moristega. Moristega looking for help, and now he'll wait for his defense to help and get set to bring it ahead. Leaves the puck now, and carrying quickly is Vareka. Vareka working it up, and that should be icing, and it is against Colgate. Colgate is arguing. Don Vaughn can't believe it. He's got a few choice words with the linesman, but offside is the call, or icing rather is the call.
Looked like from up here that was going to be a pass, and that's what Coach Vaughn is saying, but nonetheless, icing is the call. But from here at it looked like it was going to be a pass.
The Tigers are not complaining, despite the pleads of Coach Vaughn. So the faceoff will come back to the left of goalkeeper Shep Harder. Big night for the Tigers so far, a big weekend for this team. Oh, how sweet would it be for Princeton if they can win 2 against the top of the league. Puck is dropped, puck is loose, and Zavodny's got it. Working around the boards, and Chisholm goes after it. Chisholm is ridden hard into the boards, and now Colgate will look to send it, but not out. Yapik keeping it in. Yapik holding the puck with the shot. Score!
I don't know if Kralitz is going to get the goal in the deflection, Ed, but he did a great job of running interference, and I think he actually screened harder. But Yapik made a beautiful move at the blue line. You'll see Yapik will pick it up here just inside the blue line. He makes a beautiful move here and then comes in with the quick shot. You saw the interference in front. Again, I don't know if it was touched or not, but a beautiful job by Yapik, and that's a huge goal with 2:27 to play in the second period.
That is a momentum goal just scored by the Tigers. So Yapik, the captain, comes through with the goal. And the Tigers now increase their lead as Yapik picks up his third. It's 3-1 Princeton. Boy, an outstanding game so far by the Princeton Tigers.
It's a shame they got off to a slow start this season, Ed, or after this weekend, they'd be right in the middle of things.
Puck is dropped. It's still loose at center. And they still have plenty of time to get in the middle of things. They'll be out of the league for a while until that Brown-Harvard swing at the beginning of January, but look out for this team, the way they're playing. Corrinet streaking it in. Leaves it to the right point for Lamb. Wrist shot. And the save is made by Harder, and Corrinet runs into him. Nothing called then. I think Harder actually helped out a little bit on that one. And now some discussion as Corrinet jawing at center ice, and now they skate back across the blue line. Having a few words, it looks like, with Brian Poole.
Corrinet's been in the box a few times tonight. Poole didn't like the shot that he thought he took at the goaltender there as he whizzed by. You're going to see the shot come in here. Now watch after the shot as Corrinet's going to come in from the right side of the screen. You see the save there. Corrinet takes a whack at it and actually hits the goaltender.
2:09 to go in the second period. 3-1 Tigers on top as Yapik gets the goal. And Princeton, just like last night against Cornell, anytime Cornell would score or get back in the game, the Tigers would have an answer. And now the Tigers will go to work with the face-off coming to the left of goalkeeper Shep Harder. Doyle will take the draw for Princeton. He's played well throughout the entire week and almost had a shorty tonight. Loses the draw, however, as it comes back to Moran behind his own net. Moran now working it up, and now the Tigers picking up the hitting as Parros lays in the hit. Moran skating it across, serves one in now for Chad Mcdonald. Mcdonald centering one, but Yapik was there to pick it off. Yapik with under 2 minutes to go in the second period will work it up to center ice, and Parros picks it up. Parros tries to get it up to Doyle, and Harder comes out of the net, and Doyle runs into him. Penalty coming up here to Doyle. And now Colgate working with the extra attacker. Meredith touches up. Charging call against Doyle, and he is livid. And so is Don Cahoon. He goes down, and this one could get ugly. And Don Cahoon is as angry as I've seen him all year.
I really disagree with this call here, Ed. It was an open puck in the open ice. The goaltender comes out. The Tiger goes after the puck, and they just collide. And I don't see how that's a penalty. Well, here's a look at it. You can be the referee with us at home. Crowd definitely doesn't like it. They're both going after the puck. There is no way that's a charging call. That's an awful call.
That is a terrible call, and the Tigers have every reason to be upset as Don Cahoon looks up to the heavens. There is Doyle in the box. He picks up penalty minutes number 5 and 6 on the year, but Yapik right now is pleading his case with Noeth.
Doyle didn't even have his hands up the goaltender. He actually hit him with the front of his cage of his mask. Here it is again in the open ice. Just give you a great angle. He's going right after the puck. He pokes check it. If anything, Harder's the one that throws the arm out there. It's an awful call.
Well, there's 1:38 to go in the second period as Harder looks on. So as you hear the crowd reaction, if Colgate is unable to score, they'll still have 22 seconds of power play time in the third. The Colgate fans now doing a little joining with the Princeton fans.
It's a shame here too, Ed, because it's really slowed down what has been a tremendous game. I just don't see, I mean, even live it didn't look like interference, and then when you see it on the instant replay, there's no way that's interference. You see me saying he was just sticking out his stick to go after the puck. It was a heads-up play, though, by Harder, Ed, to come out of the net, because if he doesn't, he's going to have a breakaway in front of him.
We'll take one more look at that as Don Cahoon, well, unfortunately for him, lose this argument.
You just see the face of that's just an awful call.
It's hard for a player in that situation to slow up when you're going for the puck. The goalie comes out. I mean, Doyle can instantly, hit the skates when he's going full speed for the puck, trying to get a scoring chance.
It's one thing if the goaltender's in the crease and you have to protect the goaltender around the crease. I agree with that. This time, Harder elected to come out of the net, goes after the puck, and there's just contact going for the puck.
So the Princeton fans continue to voice their displeasure, and the Tigers now have to regroup and kill this one off. They're 1 for 5, the Red Raiders, on the power play tonight, so the Tigers have done a fine job throughout much of the evening. Face-off will come to the left, rather the right of goalkeeper Savas, in between the circle and the blue line. Well, usually a call like this can sway one team one way or the other. Either fires up the Tigers to kill it off or gets Colgate back into the game. Puck is dropped. It's controlled at the blue line. Sent over to the far side as Campbell gives chase. Overskates the puck. Murphy trying to keep it in. Nice play by Meredith to skate it out. 2-on-2 with Del Monte. Del Monte crossing the blue line. Back to Meredith. Going in, but he lost the puck. Meredith will smartly kill some time, loses his edge, and now Colgate looks to rush back on the counterattack. Carrying it is Campbell. He'll wrist it along the far side where Yapik will give chase for the Tigers, trying to work it around the net. Yapik blocked off in there as both players now go for it for the Tigers. Yapik and Barber both battling in there. Mcdonald winds it around. Back to the left point it goes to Maristega with 1 minute remaining in the second period. Mcdonald in the circle. In the corner it goes to Campbell. Campbell looking for Murphy up top. Murphy holding, looking, wrist shot. Save made by Stathos. Rebound is loose and Del Monte scoops it up. He'll look for an open space. He'll send it down. Mcdonald is taken down by Yapik. Meanwhile, back behind the net as it rolls down the ice. A minute to go on the power play, but just 36 seconds to go in the period, and a steal for the Tigers. Campbell over to Moran. Moran digging for it in along the boards. Bumped off the play. He's just killing time right here. This is excellent penalty killing by Benoit Moran. 20 seconds to go in the second period as it's kicked ahead, but not out. Tigers keeping it in to neutralize Moran. Will cross in now, bring it back out. 13 seconds to go in the period. Moran will send it all the way down, and Harder is forced to knock it away and come out and cover. Excellent penalty killing by the Tigers with 7 seconds to go in the period.
Specifically, Benoit Moran. He killed about 25 seconds of that on his own. Great job in the neutral zone as well as along the boards. We have another stick shattered on the ice.
Well, the Lumberyard's going to get some overtime this week throughout this game, what we've seen.
And that's the goalie's stick, Harder's stick. The shaft was shattered in quite a few pieces.
Part of the reason why he frees that puck. So now 7 seconds on the period, just 29 seconds on the power play, and the Tigers look like they'll be heading to the locker room with a 3-1 lead. Parsons is ready to go again as he'll set things up. Puck is dropped. Colgate controls on the draw. Long will have to hurry with 4 seconds left. He can't get it out. 2-1, and that is it. Yapik blocks the shot, and period number 2 comes to an end. Lots of fireworks in the second period, but the Princeton Tigers lead it by a score of 3-1. We will take a break. When we come back, Tad Kozaneski will be joined by Dave Brown, New York Rangers scout.
Thanks, Ed. We're here with Dave Brown, who's scouting the game tonight for the Rangers. First of all, Dave, your thoughts on Princeton, what you're seeing out of them tonight?
Well, I think they're playing very well. A couple power play goals. I understand that Colgate's a pretty good team, and you know, they look like they're in pretty good position here now with a 3-1 lead, but they seem to be playing with a lot of life. I think they're getting real good goaltending, and it looks pretty good for them tonight right now.
As a scout, do you have a certain area that you're covering?
Yeah, I cover mostly the professional leagues, the American League, the National League, and the International League. Around this time of year, we do some college free agent scouting in that, and I'll probably see, you know, the 8 to 10 games in the college ranks. So we do move around, but primarily I do the professional leagues.
How does this league stack up compared to maybe some other leagues that you've seen or maybe played in your past?
Well, you know, I haven't seen too much college. Actually, the first college game I've done this year, but I think it's comparable. I think you probably get, even for me, I get a better idea when they do cross over. I believe I have Princeton and Notre Dame later on this month, so you know, I think it's comparable. You know, some of the bigger schools do have an advantage because they have a little bit bigger program, but it is definitely comparable to the other leagues.
On the professional level, you're with the Rangers. How are the Rangers looking this year, and what is their kind of game plan for the future?
Well, the Rangers are having a tough time right now. We've been struggling, as probably everybody knows. I mean, we've had some things happen that we didn't think were going to happen. We thought that we were going to be much better. As far as the future, I mean, we're fighting through a tough spot right now, and we just have to keep on playing, and we need some time, and hopefully we'll straighten out our problems.
Finally, when you come out to a game as a scout, are there certain things you're looking for coming into the game, or do you have certain players in mind?
Not really. I mean, that's why we're scouting. We're not specifically watching one or two guys most of the time. I mean, we come out with an open mind to see, you know, there might be somebody that nobody noticed before, and we'll go back and make some notes on that particular player. So it's not in particularly one guy. We're really watching the whole game.
Well, Dave, thanks for taking a couple minutes. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Back up to you, Ed.
All right, Ted, thank you very much. Dave Brown, former Flyer, actually was on the Edmonton Oilers team, which also won the Stanley Cup in 1990, now scouting with the Rangers. Holiday parties, you name it, they cater everything at McCaffrey's. Third period is underway, and right now the Princeton Tigers go to work with a 3-1 lead. So the information is shuffled to us, as always, by the outstanding Director of Media Relations here at Princeton, Kirk Keel. Always has a few choice words when he comes up here as well. Always good to hear from him. Does a great job, as does everybody here at Princeton with the stats. Far side it goes now, and rushing in, and we have an icing call early on against Colgate.
Well, let's take a look at some of the stats. They were just handed to us here. Shots attempted, Colgate leads 32-22. Shots on target, Colgate again leading 22-15. So they're getting their shots, but Stathos is doing a great job making the saves.
He has been the difference. It's going to make us very difficult to pick another star of the game if the Tigers hold on, but we'll see what happens. We try not to go back-to-back, but of course this game certainly far from over.
And we've had 7 penalties in this game. 2 of them resulted in goals.
So now the Tigers will get the face-off to the right of goalkeeper Jeff Halpern. Meredith wins the draw, and Yapik watches that one go as he steps back. And now the Tigers back at full strength. Yapik lays a hit, but here he comes on the breakaway, going in backhander, saved by Stathos as he robs O'Malley. Yapik back the other way for Princeton. Up it goes to Doyle going in. Rashad, that one is blocked. Doyle battling for it. Still fighting in there. Good shift by Doyle, but now Mcdonald will take over. Mcdonald working it up to O'Malley. Near side it goes to Moran. His shot is partially blocked by Schneider, sending it around the boards. Schneider picks it up for Princeton and will work it up the far side. Up it goes to Meredith along the near side. Meredith, nice move to get around one man. Cuts into the corner looking for help, and down he goes. Doyle comes in and throws a good check along the play as well. Corrinet giving chase. Corrinet battling in there now, losing the puck as he's on the fourth line now, but this line has played very well tonight for Princeton. Flip back into the Tiger zone where Schneider loses the puck. It's bouncing. Who wants it? Now Princeton comes away with it, but it's kept in. Nice play by Murphy, but Savadny picks it up for Princeton, banks it off the boards, and this will go far enough for icing against the Tigers.
And you see in the playoffs in the NHL, Ed, when you have a hot goaltender, the goaltender can often carry you through the playoffs. Stathos is red hot right now. As he got the breakaway on him, did a great job of stoning the forward, making a great save.
There's a future MVP in the ECAC, quite possibly.
With rabbit ears.
And he's ready to go. The fans looking on, they've enjoyed a good game, at least from the Princeton standpoint. A lot of Colgate fans here disappointed in what they've seen with the Red Raiders so far. Face off now to the left of Stathos, and Campbell wins the draw, but it bounces loose. Murphy picks it up and now leaves it for Sturgis. Sturgis is ridden along the boards, but they work it behind the net to Vandersloot. Sends it in front, but the Tigers are there to intercept. Now Campbell is double teamed, and it's stolen away again by Colgate. Sturgis working along there, and we get a whistle. 18-13 to go in the third. 3-1, Princeton.
Princeton again defensively doing a good job around the goaltender, clearing out the zone and getting the loose puck very quickly.
There you see the Colgate bench and the Princeton bench as both teams change up here. Let's take a look at that save once again.
It's a great job again by Stathos. Beautiful job on the breakaway by O'Malley. Good job to get out there. What a play.
Now the faceoff comes to the left of Stathos as they're ready to go again. Campbell wins the draw again for the Tigers as Stathos pokes it to Schneider. Schneider tried to send it out, but it's a giveaway kept in by Poole. He puts it on net, and Stathos will grab that one. So there is Dave Stathos. And one thing he's been able to do all night, thanks to his defense, even though they're turning it over a couple times, is see the puck.
He's getting clear lanes and clear views at the puck, and a lot of goaltenders say that's the most important thing for the defenders to do. Clear them out so I can see the puck, and then the rest is up to me.
Faceoff will come now to the right of goalkeeper Stathos. As Campbell once again take the draw with Princeton and O'Malley for Colgate. Campbell wins another one, but the puck is lost. Loose in the circle. Now it's picked up by Colgate. They fight for it. Now it's scooped along the side, and giving chase now forward is Ryan Morkey, and it's worked along the boards. Princeton will come away with it. Now here's Corrinet along the boards. He is running too hard, and Lamb will pick up the puck for the Tigers. Now Lamb working it up ahead. Bennett will send it back in. Puck is loose now as they work it, and we get a whistle. Let's see what we've got here. It's like an offside.
Well, if Princeton can come away with the sweep this weekend, and they'll end up increasing their record in the division as well as overall. They'll go to 3-2 in the division, and they have been as impressive as you can be in these last two games.
A confidence boost for the Tigers is, again, they'll go out of the league for 2 road trips, but then they have a key road stretch at Brown and at Harvard before returning home. And so Princeton certainly picking up their game here on home ice. Puck is dropped, and it's slid back into the Tiger zone. Kirk Keel, we were laughing before, actually providing us with some liquid refreshment as well. He does it all here.
Trying to help you out.
Yes, after last night tonight, the vocal cords are hanging in there, but we're having a good time. Puck is loose, and now Beanie picks it up for Princeton over to Moran along the near side. Moran, up it goes to Parsons. Parsons holding the puck with Delmonte as an escort. Scoops it around for Delmonte. Delmonte trying to work it in front of the net. Back behind the net, it goes to Moran, who's had a strong game. Back to the left point, to Barber, shoots, and a glove save made by Harder, and he'll hang on, and now the sticks get up after the play.
Good forechecking again for Princeton, and then moves into a good scoring opportunities. They get it back to the point, get a decent shot on net. As you look at Harder, he's been challenged in this game, but Princeton, for the most part, when they've had the great scoring opportunities, have put it into the net. Here it is again for Princeton as they do a good job behind the net. Now they get it back to the point. And on the point, they wait a little bit, try and get the screen in the shot, and a good glove save made by Harder.
So the faceoff will come to the right of goalkeeper Jeff Halpern. Graylitz will take the draw for the Tigers as we're set to go. The puck is dropped and is controlled by the Red Raiders as they work it behind their own net. Anders Sluice will carry it up as he skates by one Tiger. Sends it up ahead now as Sturgis tries to send it ahead, and he does. O'Malley working it in. He knocks Beanie all the way down on a hard check. Picks up the puck, goes after it again, and now they look to control. Back inside, but Beanie recovers, picks it off. And the Tigers can't get it out as Chisholm now will finally on the second chance carry it up. Here goes Chisholm skating to the blue line over to Josh Roberts. Takes a shot, blocked away by Harder. Roberts, nice play to pick it up again and keep control for the Tigers. Tries to set it right out in front and they can't get their stick on it. As Graylitz was going in after it, and Colgate forced to ice the puck. 16-19 to go in the third. It's 3-1 Princeton.
Again, the forwards of Princeton putting the pressure on Harder, though. They are all over the puck in the neutral zone, doing a good job of carrying into good offensive scoring opportunities. You see it again here as they break the neutral zone. And here's almost a score on your own net, Ed, and a beautiful hit there. As there's a mistake on the play by Beanie. He was trying to go behind his net. On the pass behind, he got hit, and it went on net.
16-19 as we mentioned on the clock, and there is Beanie, who appears to have all the stars aligned right in his view. Tigers backhanded behind the net as Parros goes after it and leaves it for Doyle. Doyle is ridden off the play, but Parros hustling after it. Parros trying to work it along the boards as he battles with Price. Doyle now digging along the corner. 3 Red Raiders, 2 Tigers, and they win the odd man attack as Andy Mcdonald takes it. Here he comes. Andy Mcdonald, one of the top players in the league, who works it in but is double teamed. Into the corner it goes now as the Tigers have to put 2 men on Mcdonald when he comes in because of what he can do. Centered in front, and it comes to Parros, and the Tigers try to rush back. 3-on-3, but he goes off the stain, and Schneider able to pick it up. Looking for Meredith in front, tipped, and a save made by Hunter. Rebounds loose to the crease. He doesn't see it. Charging after it is Bennett, but we get a whistle. And now some fisticuffs in front of the net as giving a look is Murphy. And he looks like he's ready to go, as he is with one of the Tigers, as we see Doyle. Doyle and Murphy were just about ready to lose it, and we have a player down for Colgate.
It's a mad scramble in the crease towards the net as the save was made initially by Harder, but the puck was sitting there in the crease. And then a mad scramble in front. As you see, Sean Nolan is down. He is the lone goal of the game for Colgate. We take a look at it here again. Great move here along the boards to cut it inside. And a great job here on the pass. Now the deflection sits right in the crease. Now the puck is just, you see it sitting there. Now they just dive in, and this is when things get crazy. You see, getting thrown all over the place is Doyle.
Doyle didn't like the fact that he was landed on the play. But no penalties upcoming here, I believe, and we'll do it all over again. There is the player, Sean Nolan, who was shaken up. He appears at least to be okay. He will go to the bench, and we'll see if he returns. Let's take a look at that one more time and watch how Doyle is landed on at the end of the play.
See the play in front, and now Doyle they'll dive, and then right in front, everybody crushes Doyle.
I think that's where it started. See, Doyle was mad as he took a shot at Murphy, but Murphy's just doing his job. Face off to the left of Harder, and Campbell wins the draw, and Corrinet will work it back to the points of Odney's shot. It's a flutter. Lamb trying to get the rebound, and now Corrinet pokes at it. Tigers just get an opportunity right there, but couldn't capitalize him. Morin comes back the other way for Colgate. Good job by Zavani. He checks 2 Colgate Red Raiders.
It's an excellent defensive play.
Zavani to Lamb, and now Campbell just tries to bank it off the boards. Offside against the Tigers. 15-15 to go in the third period. More Princeton hockey coming your way here on RCM. We'll see the Tigers 3 more times in January. UMass Lowell, Rensselaer, and Union.
Another play again of this check. Great job of keeping his balance and into the boards. 2 players out of the play. Good job there by Zavodny.
That's how you pick up that 9-10 spare, actually. You just glance it off the 9 pin and knock them both down. Some war wounds for Zavodny, as we see.
Peter Zavodny, a solid defensive game again tonight.
Puck is dropped and controlled by Colgate. They've won most of the faceoffs tonight as Long will work it along the far side. Now it's sent back in behind the Tiger net as Ryan Morkey gives chase. Ryan Morkey in there. He's battling with Yopik, and now Parsons tries to bring it out. Parsons has also had a strong game for Princeton, trying to bank it out. It's kept in by Colgate as Vandersloot tries to work it in. Vandersloot now loses it. Moran gets it out as he gets a favorable bounce to Sturgis, and now Delmonte picks it up. Trying to cut in with Parsons, looking pass in front, score!
Well, Parsons picks up his second goal of the game. It's the 5th for him this season to make the score 4-1, but a great hustling effort up ice as it starts in the neutral zone. And a great pass here by Delmonte, right on the stick of Parsons, and he deflects it in the net.
Harder actually got over there, and you saw him slam his stick on top of the crossbar after the goal. He got his body over there, but it slithered underneath. So Brad Parsons, his 5th goal of the season, his 2nd of the night, and guess what? Brad Parsons, a sophomore, could have Player of the Game honors.
Here it is again. You see in the neutral zone, Princeton has done a great job in the neutral zone. The pass from Delmonte right on the stick for Parsons and right between the legs of Harder.
And we're going to get a goalie change as there'll be a change here as Jason Lefebvre will come in. So Lefebvre comes in and Harder will exit. Well, he played last night and he played tonight, so I think they just want to give the senior the rest of the night off. So there is a goaltending change. Lefebvre, who did not play last night, comes in. And Lefebvre on the season is making his 4th appearance. His goals against is 6.51. His save percentage is 840. He is strictly the backup to this team.
And it might be just a case where Don Vaughn's trying to shake up his team a little bit. I don't think you can blame the goaltender for that at all. That's just a perfect play for the Tigers.
Boy, what a strange weekend in the ECAC. You've got Princeton near the bottom. They could beat the top 2 teams, and Colgate, the conference leader, could go 0 for 2 in the conference.
That's going to make a little bit of a logjam in the middle of this conference.
This is just a big weekend so far for the Tigers, but meanwhile, Colgate coming back the other way. Working along the far side as Beanie will give chase. Beanie loses the puck, and now good work in there by McDonald. Look at Andy McDonald, the strength. Back to the point it goes. Moristega has his pass blocked. In the far corner it goes now as Morin comes up behind the net to Chad McDonald. Chad and Andy McDonald both out there, and Chad gets it to Andy. Andy carries the puck out. Andy McDonald back to the point. It goes to Bryce. Sends one on net. It deflects off the post. Got by Stathos, but went off the iron. Bryce sends one in. McDonald trying to cross. Good play that time by Barber to take him out. Bodies flying everywhere. No penalties called as Chad McDonald leaves for Andy McDonald. Both McDonald's into the corner, and Doyle picks it off for Princeton. Doyle shoveling ahead, and Parros does the smart thing and sends it in. And Colgate trying to catch Princeton napping on the counter on the change, but it goes far enough for icing. 13:42 to go in the 3rd period, and the Princeton Tigers lead at 4-1.
Good job by Lefebvre to come out of goal, Ed, and transfer sides of the ice. They saw a chance to breakaway. Just a good try. Just bounced over the stick of the forward.
Princeton with a victory tonight would go to 3-4-3, but more importantly, they'd be 3-2-3 in the ECAC.
And if Colgate would lose, that would drop them down to 5-3, and you still have a shot at them later in the year. I believe it's the last game of the season for Princeton.
Ted, maybe we're good luck. We've seen the Tigers 3 times. They've got a tie, a win, and they're on their way to another win. They certainly don't look like that young rebuilding team we've seen this year.
It looks like they're starting to gel as a team, Ed.
Campbell set to take the draw for the Tigers against Vandersloot. Campbell pokes it towards the net, and Lefebvre will just hang on to it. So Jason Lefebvre will squeeze it as some more discussion afterwards, but finally cooler heads prevail.
There's a good look at our new goaltender.
You know, a goalie hasn't played as much when he doesn't have the decorated mask.
It does look odd, you're right.
That's the one saying, all right, I'm on if you need me in warm-ups, and I'm ready for the game, but again, this is basically Jeff Halpern's team as far as goaltending. He will just take the rest of the night off. Faceoff will come to the left now of the new goalkeeper, Lefebvre. Campbell wins the draw, sends it back to the right point to Bennett. Bennett bouncing it along the boards to Campbell. Campbell to Corrinet. Corrinet riding along the boards. Fighting for it. Breaks away, loses it for a second, but tries to get it back. Excellent work by Corrinet. Slides it back to the point to Bennett. His shot is blocked, but he hustles after the rebound. Going in and sends one in that's partially blocked. He'll stay back at the point now as he gets help from Campbell, and Campbell blocks it down and keeps it in. Campbell tried to backhand it to Lamb, but excellent forward checking by the Tigers as now Colgate will rush back. Nolan crossing the blue line. Penalty coming up to the Tigers as Nolan will go after it. Checked off by Lamb, who touches it. And a penalty coming up, a hooking call against the Tigers. So Colgate will get their 6th power play of the night.
As you mentioned, the forechecking was excellent in the offensive zone for Princeton. Then they get up in neutral ice and pick up the penalty here. It's going to get Colgate another opportunity. You see here, Colgate carries into the neutral zone. And there's your tackle on the takedown and the penalty.
So Dave Bennett picks up 2 minutes. For Bennett now, that's 14 minutes on the year. Actually, Bennett did have a minor earlier, so make that 16 on the season. So with 12:59 to go in the third, this is Colgate's opportunity to try and claw back in this game.
Mcdonald's been relatively quiet in this game, and he's had a couple nice passes, but that's been about it.
Puck is dropped, and the Tigers win the draw. Barber trying to clear it out. He tries to kick it out. Meredith gets it, flips it back along the boards and back to neutral ice. Murphy will try to set it up for Colgate. Over to Moristega. Now to Campbell, lost it, and Doyle will scoop it back up, and McDonald makes a fine play. McDonald gets by Yapik, cutting in. McDonald going towards the net. Centers in front, and nobody can get their stick on it. Comes back to the right point to Murphy. Moristega left point shoots, and that's blocked nicely by Yapik. Yapik with a nice move trying to take it away, and he sends it back down the ice.
Good effort again by Yapik to get it out of the zone.
1:23 to go on the man advantage for Colgate. Campbell just golfs at it and sends it back into the Colgate zone. Princeton's penalty killing has been outstanding. They did give up the 1 goal, but that's it. They're 1 for 5 is Colgate on the man advantage. Nowhere to go now for Murphy. Del Monte forechecking him, and he pokes the puck away. Del Monte trying to pick the puck up. It's loose and finally goes to the far side. Moristega cross ice pass to Nolan. Nolan across the blue line. Looking to center it, instead will bank it around the net. McDonald going after it, but Schneider makes a nice play to get it and send it back down with 50 seconds to go on the power play.
Forechecking for Princeton here, shorthanded, has been tremendous.
They try to catch the Tigers on the change, and it's shot deflected along the boards. Schneider has room. He'll send it back to center. Boy, Colgate fortunate. They almost got caught for too many men on the ice again. Chad McDonald now brings it in. Zavadny riding him off the play. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. McDonald picks it up again, holding, centers in front, and it was knocked away by Chisholm. Chisholm will pick it up again, and he'll send it back down into the Colgate zone with 18 seconds to go on the man advantage. Colgate trying to rush it up quickly. Long to Bryce. Hits McDonald on the tape in the circle, trying to cut in front. Chad McDonald centers, and it's blocked away. Picked up again now by the Tigers. They send it down the ice. Nice play by Moran, and that will do it. Another penalty kill by the Princeton Tigers. Bennett able to pick up the loose puck, and the Tigers will now look to control. Doyle has the puck taken away, and now Varecka will carry in. It's by 2 Tigers, and Lamb is there to cut the puck off. Now Yapik picks it up for Princeton, tries to send it up. Lamb battling for it. It's flipped up the far side, and we get a whistle with 10:39 to go in the third, and a 3-goal lead for Princeton.
Tigers defensemen doing a good job of stopping action as Colgate gets across the blue line. They're doing a good job of pushing the play away from the goaltender, and a lot of the charges are going behind the net instead of at the net. Hi, Mom.
Hello there.
Yeah, so you got to get the sun on. You got to do that.
Enthusiastic young supporters of the Princeton Tigers. And that lady looks like she's up in the Arctic. She was all bundled up.
It can get a little chilly in here, but very comfortable tonight.
Must be the ice.
Could be.
10:39 to go, and the Tigers will control. What a big weekend this will be for Princeton. They talked about this as a test, but now there's a giveaway going in on goal, and the shot is put up high and wide by Poole as he had the opportunity. Centering in front again. Poole pinching in. Hit hard by Corrinet, but Colgate's able to keep it in. Snyder loses the puck. Is going after it is Vandersloot. Vandersloot has it taken away, and now Campbell will work it up for Princeton. Campbell.
Wow, here they are.
Checked hard. This is Colgate coming at him.
Having trouble again, Ed, clearing the puck.
Snyder says, I'll take that and just dump it to neutral ice. Now Poole trying to work it back in. They have to clear the zone, and they do as Lamb picks it up for Princeton. Here comes Kirk Lamb. Up it goes to Campbell. Pass goes too far. No icing as he crossed the red line as the Tigers make changes. Now on the far boards it goes to Campbell. Bennett picks off the puck. Sends it back in, and now the Tigers complete their line change with 9:40 to go in the third. You see the score. Tigers up by 3. Now this is Poole, and he'll leave it for his man as Mcdonald will bring it up. Andy Mcdonald, another great move. Sends one inside now to Nolan. The lone goal scorer for Colgate. Centers it, but nobody there except Tigers. Raylitz watches the giveaway. Now here comes Campbell. Down low to Mcdonald, but Chisholm does a nice job to roll him out of the play. Raylitz behind to Barber. It goes to Roberts, and now Princeton will look to counter. Flipped up ahead to Barber. Barber will just bank it back in, and Kralitz will steer it around, but we get an icing call with 9:06 remaining.
Defensemen have been very solid for Princeton tonight. Again, though, Ed, they had a little phase of having trouble clearing the puck as they get the puck behind the net, and they were fortunate to get it out.
Well, that time of year here for Princeton, the winter season is in full swing with hockey, and of course we'll have men's and women's basketball throughout the year for RCN. And we get the draw, and Parsons wins the draw. And it rolls back behind the Colgate net as Lefay will leave it. Now Bryce. Mareka. Crossing the blue line. Steers it back into the Tiger zone where Statos is there. Statos leaves it for Beanie, and Beanie picks up the puck. Here comes Beanie. Quick pass up ahead. It goes to Parsons. Parsons looking for the hat trick tonight. Brings it in with Moran, but they run into each other, and Colgate will come on the counter. Up the far boards it goes now. We'll try to roll it in, but Moran picks up the puck for Princeton. Up it goes to Parsons, and we get a whistle. And we have some pushing and shoving again, and now there's a shot thrown in by Chad McDonald. And now McDonald wants to go at it with Del Monte. The linesman in to separate them, and now some more scrummel on the corner in the Colgate zone. But Del Monte and Chad McDonald most likely will get penalties. They could be hitting the showers here.
Well, you don't normally see fighting here. I think those two wanted to go at it, Ed. It's kind of tough to fight when you have the birdcage mask in front of you. And now they have to sit fairly close to one another. They'll have a few more words to say as they hit the box.
And they're still drawing in there. You see that. And let's see what the call is going to be. But in the meantime, we'll have a little 4-on-4 hockey with 8:29 to go. There's Del Monte. He's not finished yet.
Stare down. He's just staring down his opponent. He hasn't stopped looking yet.
Meanwhile, his opponent has turned away.
Hasn't looked at him once.
I guess when you're up 4-1, you can afford to stare down a little more.
Look, he hasn't stopped yet. I like that by Del Monte. That's almost like, can't wait till this penalty's over. I'll meet you at center ice.
And you know McDonald knows he's being stared at. He's trying to just go about his business. Let's take the helmet off, fix the cage. Here's where it all started.
There it is. Now you're going to see a couple extra little jabs being put in here well after the whistle. So linesman tries to get in between. Still going at it. Now they finally separate.
Puck is sent back into the Colgate zone, and finally Del Monte relinquishes the stairs. He'll turn to the ice. Still standing in that box, by the way. Well, we do see 5 aside, so not sure if these are major penalties or not, but running hard into the boards with Parros, and he's hurt. The boards came open on the penalty box, and he's down, and this could be a serious injury. He got hit along the boards on a clean check, but the penalty box door came open, and boy, I know Del Monte feels bad right now, although it was not his fault. The boards, the door came loose.
You just hope somebody, unfortunately, didn't close the door all the way, and Parros is in a lot of pain.
And that is right around the area where you hurt your ribs.
Boy, Coach Cahoon's coming over here. Watches the boards will open as he hits, right on the hip and the upper body. Oh, wow.
This is not good. And it's a shame because Parros has played well this weekend. Hasn't necessarily been a big scorer, but has done a lot for this Tiger team.
You can just see we're just a little bit above this, and now Coach Calhoun's checking out the penalty box area to see what happened exactly. See if the latch is working properly.
It's an accident, and it happens, and you can't blame the Colgate checker. It was a clean check, but unfortunately for Princeton, the doors opened up. Based
on Parros' reaction, Ed, I think he could be down for a while. See if we can get another look at this again. The bottom side of your screen.
Ooh.
Oh, well open was the penalty box door there. And Parros, and right on the hip, Ed. I hope his hip's okay.
You hope it's just a really bad bruise as he gets some help from Doyle and Meredith. And you just hope he's okay. And you hope, we don't want to point the finger here at Damani, but you hope that he wasn't so concerned about his stare down that he didn't shut the door all the way.
Well, you saw in that last replay, the door was wide open on just that little bit of contact. And well, it's just you just hate to see stuff like that, Ed.
And again, you hope maybe that's just a deep bruise, which is not a cheerful thing, but a lot better than what it could be.
Well, he hit it with a lot of force.
And there you see Jason LaFay, who's trying to keep the Tigers from increasing their lead. It's 4-1 Princeton. LaFay came in midway through this third period when Shep Harder was pulled after Parsons picked up his second goal.
Yeah, I'm watching Parros being carried into the locker room. He can't put any weight on his left hip and left leg.
So here comes Mcdonald as he's hacked at by Campbell. Campbell will just work it out, but now Mcdonald carrying in. Here comes Andy Mcdonald working behind the net with a great move. Still has control of the puck. Watch this guy go. McDonald back to the point it goes. There's a shot. It's blocked in front as Potter couldn't get it through. Boy, Andy McDonald's so scary when he gets the puck. Lamb almost had a break. He's got some room going in on goal. Pass in front. Save, and a beauty made by LaFay as Corrinet was pinching in, and he'll hang on.
It's amazing how good this Princeton front line is. These forwards on the full court pass with the opposing forward charging the net have gotten some great plays as they charge up the ice. Did a great job there. I am really impressed with this front line attack. We'll look at it again. Full speed pass right on the stick. It was a tough play because you have to get it over the defenseman. Done nicely. Beautiful deflection. What a save made by Harder. And again, LaFay back in net as Harder did go to the bench. Great job by LaFay.
LaFay played that perfectly. He got the pad over to block the poke attempt, and then he just used his glove and was able to snare it. 7:34 to go in the third period. 4-1, Princeton on top. Puck is dropped in the Tigers. They'll be happy to get another goal, but they're more than content to just keep the puck down here in the Red Raider zone. Stolen now, and Josh Roberts doing a fine job of forechecking. He's had a good weekend as well, scoring his first 2 goals last night against Cornell. Now skating up with it is Poole. Poole still maintaining control of the puck as he carries into the Tiger zone, but one carry too many. And now Parsons picks it up now, leaves for Schneider. Moran steers it in as Roberts will give chase. Roberts hustling behind the net as Long leaves it. Long, up along the far boards it goes. It's sent back in, and Savas just knocks it away, giving chase as Vandersloot centers it around behind the net. Now back to the right point it goes, left point rather to Bryce, and Statos will eat that one up. 6:51 to go in the third, and Princeton apparently on its way to victory.
They're looking good right now with this 4-1 lead, and all phases of the game have been going very well tonight for Princeton. I think Stathos is the key, Ed. He's made some big saves when Colgate had a chance to get back in the game. It's really shut the door on Colgate.
Hello there. I think he's looked like he was leaning back, ready for the, there we go, ready for nap time. Most of the older fans and most of the younger fans too, though, a little more awake with the way this one is going. Puck is worked along the corner, and Chisholm trying to work it out, but it's kept in by Colgate. At the point, Murphy able to poke it back in. Now comes back in as it's sent back behind the Tiger net. Trying to circle it. There's a shot that's blocked in front. Nice play by Meredith, and the Tigers will rush up 2-on-2. Chisholm with Meredith. Chisholm leaving it for Meredith, but he overskates the puck. And now the counter by Barreca will come back the other way. It's poked ahead into the Tiger zone, but Barber backhands it back out to Chisholm. Colgate quickly makes a change, and McDonald is back on the ice. McDonald crossing the blue line. Here he goes again. Gets around the net, looking to center in front. Nobody there along at the point. Wrist one on net, partially blocked. Meredith watches that one go, and Campbell's got it. Mcdonald back to the right point to Potter up top. Takes a shot, and that one goes way wide. Meredith now will pick it up for Princeton. He'll just float it down. He'll get it on goal, so there'll be no icing. But Mcdonald is wide open on the near side of the counter. Fires, and it's knocked away by Statos. Doesn't see it. It's behind the net. Yapik will pick it up for Princeton. Stolen by Mcdonald, but a penalty coming up to Colgate, and that's where the puck came free. Sean Nolan, I believe, will get the call. The Tigers will go on the power play. And we'll check the official call in just a moment. It will be Nolan. It's a cross-checking penalty, and the Tigers will get their 6th power play of the night. They're 2 for 5.
Good initial save by Stathos, though, on a puck that was on its edge on the shot. Did a good job to knock it behind, and this is where we pick it up. You're going to see the penalty coming from your left side, and there's your cross-check in the penalty right there.
Well, it's kind of hard not to call that. So 5:39 remaining, and the Tigers will try to put the finishing touches on this one, as there you see Nolan in the bin. He's been a visitor to the box a couple of times. I don't think Delmonte's staring him down. So the faceoff comes outside the Princeton blue line. 4-1 Tigers. And quickly it comes to Corrinet off the draw, going in on goal, the shot, and the save is made by LaFay. Sent back into the Tiger zone, so a quick poke off the faceoff. Corrinet had a chance.
I don't even think LaFay saw that. That's how hard that was shot.
Here comes Parsons. He's looking for the hat trick. Breaking in along the near side. Shoots backhander. The save made. Rebound in front. Poked that by Moran. Now controlled by Lamb. Lamb to Schneider. Fires. And that one's deflected away. Parsons gloves the rebound down. Tries to backhand it in front. Lamb's got it behind the net for Princeton. Lamb still in control now as he'll set up for the Tigers. Far side to Schneider as he keeps it in. Now to Moran, and we get a whistle. And a penalty coming up to Princeton. I believe this will be Corrinet, and a slashing call. And that will take care of the Tiger power play. And in a minute 19, Colgate will get a power play.
Well, Corrinet was our player of the game a few games ago, and he's not playing too smart tonight, Ed, to put it mildly. He's had a couple retaliatory penalties tonight. One of them cost him a goal earlier in the game. He just got another retaliatory penalty there.
So now the penalty box is filling up, 2 apiece.
Try and give you another angle. This again, Corrinet is number 12 in white. See him in the middle of your screen here. Takes a whack right there. I don't know if that's the penalty there or not.
So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for another minute 19, and then Colgate, as you mentioned, will get the 51-second power play.
I just think Corrinet has to have a little bit more discipline, Ed, on some of these plays that he's making.
There have been a lot of little extra shots by both teams, and again, with all due respect to the referee, he's got only one pair of eyes. He can't see everything that's going on, and a lot has been gotten away with, not through the fault of Noeth. Well, there's a dangerous play in front. It's loose, rebound, and Campbell couldn't get to it. Tigers getting a little careless there. Princeton unable to clear. Puck is loose, and now Roberts will shovel it back to Schneider, and Schneider will work it out. Here comes Schneider, and he'll roll it back in as Roberts will give chase. 50 seconds of the 4-on-4, and then Colgate gets a power play. And now they're going to pull the goalie, so Colgate will get the extra attacker with 4:22 to go, but Campbell steals and send it back in. Might be a good time for Parsons to come out for the hat trick. We'll see. So the net is open for Colgate, so they have the man advantage right now. They'll get a 2-man advantage with the netminder gone in 30 seconds. Now they try to keep it in, but they cannot as it's rolled back to neutralize where Murphy has it. Far side it goes to Moristega. Banks one around the boards. Moran. Now to Campbell. Campbell looking, tried to get it to Murphy, but he lost the puck. Barber banks it off the boards and goes after it, but he spun around and knocked down. 10 seconds to go, and Colgate gets another power play. And it goes now far side. It's rolled around, and Saddles will bank it around the boards, clears it up high. Now they still fight for it. Puck is loose, still loose, kept it to the point by Murphy. Slides on far side, almost offside, but it goes to Campbell. Campbell cross-size, it's poked on, and Saddles misses at it as he gloves for it. Power play now for Colgate. They have 26 seconds to go. Back to the right point now to Campbell, the shot, the save, rebound in front, they poke at it, and Stathos has got that one, is knocked down. In front was Nola going for the puck. Yapik cleans him up.
Good job by Yapik there, as you mentioned, Ed, to clear things out of the slot. There's all kinds of red jerseys on the ice at the moment. Stathos is going to have his work cut out from here for the next 22 seconds.
On that last whistle, McDonald and Omani do go to the bench as well.
See in front, a good job as they get the extra attacker and the penalty on at this point. Good one-time shot here. And you see 2 red shirts right on the doorstep. Yapik gets in there, and nice hit by Yapik.
So 3:20 remaining in the third period, 22 seconds to go in the man advantage, and with the extra attacker, it will be a 6-on-4 for Colgate. Princeton trying to go 2-0 this weekend. I think they've served a little notice that they will be reckoned with again this year in the league. Now we get a whistle, and I believe we'll have a timeout. But again, 3:20 to go on the clock. And the timeout is taken. I believe it was taken by Colgate, but we'll see. Actually, it's the Tigers who take the timeout. Well, plenty more great hockey coming your way here on RCN. 3 more Princeton Tiger hockey games, some women's basketball, and much of the men's basketball season. Home games, of course, right here on RCN. And this reminder, this presentation of Princeton University Hockey is brought to you by McCaffrey's, a supermarket experience. Visit one of their 3 locations in Princeton, West Windsor, and Yardley, Pennsylvania. That's McCaffrey's, a supermarket experience in Princeton, West Windsor, and Yardley, Pennsylvania. McCaffrey's, the place to go. And again, the place to go for catering as well. Tad, we'd like to thank them. Some great sponsors here on RCN Sports. And I'll tell you, they're getting their money's worth with their hockey this week because they've seen some great play by the Tigers.
It's been a great weekend for Coach Cahoon's team. They have done a great job in all phases of the game. Again, the only area, if you want to nitpick, Ed, is the defenseman. The defensemen at times have really struggled around the net trying to clear the puck.
But they have done enough.
Hey, really, I mean, overall, a very solid performance from the goaltending on down. This Princeton team this weekend has played extremely well.
So again, 22 seconds remaining on the power play, but they'll go with the 6-on-4. The Tigers send Meredith, Yapik, Schneider, and Doyle out to kill the penalty. Here's the lone man in the box left. A lonely Chris Corrinet. Checking the door there, we see. Saddles will watch the draw go to his left, and Mcdonald will work it back to the point. Murphy swings one across in the slot, open with a shot, and that one's cleared across the far side as it's sent around by Nolan. Now Mcdonald. Up top, there's the shot. Lots of traffic in front. Save is made by Saddles. Rebound comes out, and it pokes back towards center ice. I was unable to get it, was Long. Long will work it back up to Mcdonald. Mcdonald back to Long. Penalty is over, but still 5-on-4 with the extra skater. The net is empty for Colgate. Mcdonald has the puck. Mcdonald bothered by Corrinet, but he'll get by him. Mcdonald, nice pass up ahead. Going in now is Nolan. All alone, drop pass, and it goes through everybody. Schneider works it along to Meredith. Tigers just want to get it out of the zone here. Now going after it again is Nolan. Nolan works one back to Long, takes a shot, and that one goes wide. That one will roll back to neutral ice, where it's picked up by Murphy with 2:25 to go.
McDonald is a heck of a playmaker, Ed. He has made some tremendous passes in this game.
Stolen. Doyle has the empty net, but it's blocked away nicely by Murphy. Doyle, nice pass to Moran, shoots, and a great save made by the defenseman is knocking away. It was better than there's a repetitive. Knocked in for the goal. A check, a score, and it's 5-1 Princeton.
Looked like Del Monte had got in there. And again, the forechecking pays off for Princeton. We talked about their forechecking all game. Great job of keeping the puck in here. Just back it in, keep the forechecking pressure off. There's the great save there made by Long. But again, the forechecking pressure put on. There's your centering pass. And right there on the doorstep for the goal is Del Monte.
So LaFay returns. Del Monte's had a pretty strong night as well. He has a goal and an assist.
You think it's going to happen tomorrow when the ECAC opponents look at this score in the newspaper?
Some eyeballs will widen. 5-1 Princeton, 2:09 to go, and the Tigers, before they hit the road next weekend, can enjoy a week of a very satisfying 2-game sweep of Cornell and Colgate. Chisholm now working up to Kralitz, and the Tigers will look to finish this one off as Roberts gives chase. Chisholm bothered at neutral ice, has it poked away. And now going on the attack is Colgate as Price will carry it in. 1:45 to go in the third period. Kralitz dumps it out back to neutral ice. Morostega around the boards where Stathos will leave it. Stathos with Ron Hextall hovering right above him in the press box. Will wind it around. Good stick work. Poked up high in the air, and it rolls back to center ice. And again, LaFay is back in goal. He'll poke it away. And at 25 to go. Kralitz with the steal for Princeton. Over to Roberts. Takes a shot, and that one was blocked. But Kralitz keeping the pressure on. He'll roll it around and send it back behind the net where Long is there. Long works up to Morin. Morin centers it to neutral ice. Tomani picks it off. Picked off again. Some helter-skelter in the neutral zone. And now Parsons, who's looking for the trick, is back out there. But he'll just try to clear it out. Poke the neutral ice with 1 minute remaining in the third period. Parsons giving chase. Moristega runs into him, and it's steered around. Del Monte keeping it in for Princeton. He'll just make the smart play and put it behind the net. Tigers will try to keep Colgate from breaking out. Nice job by the Tigers to keep it in neutral ice, but here come the Red Raiders as Vareka will bring it in. Steered right on net, and Stadler smartly kicks it away to keep the clock moving. Beanie in the corner. Colgate trying to dig it out and set up offensively. Puck is still loose, 30 seconds to go in the third. Now the Tigers come away with it, and here comes Del Monte. He's got Moran with him, but he'll just send it in now to Moran, over to Parsons. Parsons trying to cut in. He's ridden off the play. Moran tries to get the puck. Del Monte takes it. He'll hold, send it over to Bennett, far side. Wrist shot, and that one is blocked. Just 10 seconds to go. Parsons behind the net trying to muscle his way out. He'll just kill the clock. 3, 2, 1, and this one is all over. The Princeton Tigers beat second place Cornell last night. They beat first place Colgate tonight in convincing fashion as the Tigers win it by a score of 5-1 and 10. Brad Parsons, 2 goals. I think he's our star of the game.
Had goal 4 and 5 in the season. Again, a couple of them were off great passes, but a great game individually for Parsons, a great team game for the Princeton.
Well, they go to shake hands, do the Tigers and the Colgate Red Raiders, and we'll see if there's any glares exchanged again. But in any event, there's your final score. Princeton 5, Colgate 1.
Thanks, Ed. We're here with Brad Parsons. 2 goals tonight, goals 4 and 5 on the season. Brad, a big weekend for the Tigers. What was the difference for the team this weekend?
Well, certainly it was our goaltending. Our goaltending was phenomenal. Dave Stathos had a great weekend. And we just had a great week of practice. It was up-tempo. Coach had us going, and it was good.
From an individual standpoint, we're going to take a look at one of your goals now. We're going to have a couple angles of it. Tell us what's going through your mind and what happened on this play.
I believe we were breaking out, and Benoit Morin made a good play to get it out of the zone. And Dave Del Monte just fought for the puck, and he made a great saucer pass right to me, and I just tried putting it on net and went 5-hole.
Teams kind of came off to a slow start this season, but this weekend has been key. In practice, are you working on anything specifically that got things going this week?
We basically just work on what the 2 teams were playing that weekend, what they do in their power play, and because special teams are important in this league, and so we basically work on that and know what they're going to do, and it helps out in both games.
You faced a big player, Mcdonald, on the opposing team tonight. You guys did a good job of keeping him quiet.
Yeah, he's a great player, really quick, and you know, Coach mentioned a lot about him, and we tried to contain him, and we had a guy on him basically the whole time, and he couldn't do his magic this weekend.
Well, now you prepare for a bit of a long road trip. How do you mentally prepare as well as physically prepare to go on the road?
Well, it's good to have these 2 wins under our belt, so now we know we can play. So we're looking forward to playing some non-conference games and come back in January for the conference.
One of those road games, you get to play a game or 2 at Notre Dame.
Yeah, that should be fun. The guys are looking forward to that, and you know, we heard it's a great campus, and it should be fun.
Well, we'll see you again when you come back here to Princeton. Best of luck on the road trip. Congratulations and great effort.
Thank you.
All right, back up to you, Ed.
All right, Tad, and of course, Brad Parsons, thank you very much. So the Tigers with a big victory tonight. This was a statement weekend for Princeton. They beat the first and second place teams in the ECAC. And this young team is starting to gel, and they're playing with more and more confidence. They win to go to 3-4-3. Colgate falls to 9-4. Don't forget, Princeton hockey returns to RCN next month. 3 games: UMass Lowell, RPI, and Union, all coming your way from the home of the 1998 ECAC champions. The final score once again tonight: Princeton 5, Colgate 1.